Hello. Oh, that's pretty loud actually. Nah, it's not. Loud enough. Might actually be too loud. There you go. That should do. Hello, good evening. Um, let's see if the internet would hold up. I am recording as well though, so at least that we have that going. So later on I might actually just upload the VOD once I'm done. Once we're done tonight. And it's just unfortunate. I don't know why, because I've been trying to fix it, I guess. I've already reset the what was it? The internet settings. No, reset all network settings or something like that, which essentially it removes, it erases all of your Wi-Fi information, at least all of the Wi-Fi that it has saved before, and reinstall it. Okay, we're back. I hope. Oh my god, this is gonna be really, really frustrating. I imagine. Out of full screen. Switch that to this, and then smaller. Pop out the chat. That does that work? Can I pin this one as well? Oh, I can only pin one message apparently. Not that I'm expecting a lot of chat anyway. So now the preview is delayed by a minute. I hope it doesn't get too bad. Doesn't get too frequent, but I guess we'll see. There's a bit of a bother, if I have to be honest. Oh, I haven't streamed in a long time. I feel like. There you go. Now we have OBS open so that I can keep up and always keep myself in check every time it disconnects. That there. I'm looking at my secondary monitor. Oh, it's just disconnected again. Oh. Wait, it's not public, right? Yeah, it's public. Gotta make sure. For chat. Oh, we can pop out the dashboard as well. Oh, that's useful. I no longer need this window. I can set this one up. And have the chat open in the other one. Okay. All right, this thing though. This thing is not working properly. Oh, no. All right. Okay. Cool. Let's start in a couple of minutes. Hopefully things will be okay. Again, I have everything recorded anyway, so it should be fine. If all else fail, I will just re-upload the VOD. Yeah, re-upload the VOD. I'm recording anyway. I'll just edit this ridiculous intro that I'm doing at the moment. But yeah, in other news, okay. In other news, where is Suzerain? I don't even know how to pronounce it. Suzerain, whatever. Let's have it open. Pause you. There you go. The game should be open now. There you go. Hope you guys can hear that. Oh, pause. And I hate when games do that, when you can't click out of the window. Like, why? See? Does that all the time. Like, come on, man. So annoying. Yeah, that's a bit loud. See, it clicks out of the bloody window again. So fucking annoying. Alright, there you go. Is that okay? Hope it's not too loud. Using on... Can we change this to window mode instead? Or borderless. Let's do that. Apply. So now can I click out? I can! In a bit. Okay, we're back online again. I hope. Let's press new game. I have no idea what this game is about. I only know it's about being a president and running things where you have to be pragmatic. You have to be corrupt at times, I guess. New game name. What shall we call it? Political noob. Whatever. Noob run. Naive run. Let's go. Naive run. Done. Republic of Swordland. Government Presidential Republic. Population 37 million. Oh, we can choose. Oh, we can be Kingdom of Rizia. Riz. That is it. The two options that we have. Story DLC. We need to purchase it, I suppose. Oh, we need to purchase it. Right. That's going to be very challenging. You start as a monarchy. Damn. Okay, let's start with Presidential Republic. Anton Rain has been elected the fourth president of Swordland. Amidst a deep recession, demands for reform, and external pressures. Oxford comma, come on. He must complete his Republic of Swordland story once to disable torpor mode. What is torpor mode? This mode disables manual savings and enables achievements. You can only turn it off after completing the story once. What? Okay. All right. Let's start. Let's see what's what. Again, disclaimer, internet is finicky, so bear with me if it disconnects every now and then. But it should be fine, I hope. It will only like disconnects for like 5 seconds or something and reconnects again. You are my enslavement and my freedom. You are my flesh burning like a raw summer night. You are my country. Okay. You open your eyes to this world you came from. Oh, okay. We get to choose. Let's go with middle income. Your parents named you Anton. As the only child of a diligent civil servant, you live quite an ordinary childhood. Life was not bad. You were lucky enough to attend a well-known public school, but frequent fights broke out at the Rain family home, which made you feel uneasy. Doesn't that hit close to home? What is it? Sorry. I see that they're playing Suzerain to welcome to the club. Hello. The years pass. Okay. During a history class at school, the bell started to ring unexpectedly. After graduating, you passed the university oh, never mind. We were at university, okay. Then with high marks, you had the opportunity to choose between several studies. You chose, let's go with economics at Lachhaven Business School. But it's a business school. Okay, that's fine. Economics. Let's keep it as close to me as possible. I don't know to what extent it would actually affect the outcomes of the game, but we still see. During the first year, you attended a lecture of David Whiskey, my kind of guy. He was a well-known diplomat from the foreign ministry and the son of the president. Okay. After observing the hall in silence, he explained why a market economy is the better option for Sutherland. Okay, it is a business school after all, I suppose. He argued for the system where prices for goods and services are determined by the open market. Okay. You question what you were being taught. Let's be that. Let's be critical. Let's go with that. Soldiers entered. I mean, God, no, I will not start a tangent about. Yeah, okay. Soldiers entered the campus in the evening ahead of the first election. Many were in shock as the uniform men created a security cordon and started arresting the teachers. A group of students started gathering in protest. Along with your best friend, Peter Vectern, you decided to protest with the students. It's a kind of, I know it sounds very LARPy, but it's kind of, honestly, it's kind of in my bucket list to go protesting. But anyway, one of the officers made a loud announcement that echoed through the campus. General Lurin declared martial law in order to restore the administration. Please stand back and disperse to your rooms. Shit. You joined the students that slowly marched towards the large group of soldiers. Suddenly, the soldiers charged. Do we die instantly? The student fell and was trampled as everybody started running away. Let's be idealistic. I'm politically naive. So you hold your ground. We're gonna get shot, aren't we? The soldiers beat you relentlessly. It was a gloomy year. The majority of the students and teachers displayed their oppositions. Is the sound okay? Is it too low? Oh, yeah, we'll just set it up later on. The majority of the students and teachers displayed their opposition. Thus, Lachhaven became a target for the military regime. You didn't want to stay idle and decided to join a human rights group, a student council, or a political debate group. Something that I would probably do, something that I've done, is a political debate group. In one of the meetings, Peter Vector introduced you to a classmate of his, Monica. You were immediately attracted to. Let's go with her intelligence. She mentioned to you that she was a volunteer for the Swordfish League of Women, an organization campaigning for women's rights. You weren't particularly interested in women's rights, but asked her to dinner nonetheless. Jesus. Told her you wholeheartedly support her thingy. The politically charged environment led you to join the Red Youth. Okay. Let's go with the socialists, shall we? Join the Red Youth, the socialists. Radio relayed the Communist General Ricard. The Communist General Ricard surrounded Lutheran and his troops, demanding their surrender. They refused and heavy fighting broke out across the country. Okay, so this is the authoritarian type of communist. You just couldn't believe it. The army was fighting amongst themselves. Oh wait, no. Lutheran is the nationalist general. Right. I'm already losing track of the people here. We just couldn't believe it. The army was fighting amongst themselves. Sutherland plunged into chaos. Ricard's sudden attack caused more instability in the country, but compared to the fascist Lutheran, he was a real socialist. We'll see. I'm always skeptical about military leaders. This convinced you to participate in a support march. You were chanting freedom, equality, and solidarity. What was it? What was it from the Enlightenment Fraternity? Yeah, that thing. Workers of the world unite, bring down the fascists. Which one should we go for? Let's go with freedom, equality, and solidarity. Stay true to the Enlightenment values, despite its limitations, I suppose. You were marching under the protection of Ricard's soldiers. The students supporting Lutheran's coup gathered a few hundred meters in front of you. Many nationalists were among them. You knew something was going to happen. Let's see what happens. You stayed. We're not gonna die, I guess, so it's gonna be fine. There was a massive clash between the two sides. Soldiers began to beat the students. Tanks started rolling forward. In this chaotic moment, you saw a young girl about to get run over by a tank. Save her, my god. But you couldn't reach her in time. Damn it. Okay, you never forget her face. We'll probably gonna weaponize this during one of our speeches. Chelsea. Something I would do probably. The clashes escalated into a full-blown civil war. The horrors made you isolate yourself for a while. Monica helped you cope, and love grew between the two of you. However, it was a difficult time for love. The chaos had to end. The charismatic colonel, Tarquin Sol, orchestrated a sudden attack on the capital, where the Luther... Okay, we are reconnected. I hope. How's it going with the connection? Is it too insufferable? Honestly. A new constitution was written, and the military government began efforts to restore stability. Okay, many people saw the colonel as a savior. He formed the United Swordland Party and ran as a presidential candidate. In the first ever single-party elections... Now this is interesting. Should we be pragmatic? Well, it's a single-party election. Let's vote anyway. USB won the election by a large majority. Yeah, it's the only party. The military government announced a 4-year restoration period to transform to an entirely civilian government. After graduation, you kept seeing Monica. You were both interested in marrying and starting a family. However, a letter arrived from the military calling you to fulfill your compulsory service. It was time to serve your national duty. Wehlan Civil War. A devastating civil war broke out in the neighboring country, Wehlan. It quickly turned into a proxy war between regional and world powers. The distinguished Major, Iosef Lancia, ordered you to lead your squad on a border patrol mission. It was a very cold winter night when you began marching out of Gumran outposts. You could see your breath. After several hours of marching through the snowy hills, distant noises were heard. Visibility was too low to confirm the source, so the squad crawled forward in formation and found a spot to observe. A group of refugees had made it beyond the border fence. You escorted them back. I mean, they're refugees. We are not from the country. Refugees were in despair when they realized that you were taking them back. Wait, fuck! I misclicked. No, screams. Oh no! Oh no! What have I done? What have I done? She screams and protests as they were restrained. You delivered them to the. Oh no! I'm sorry, guys. Well, I guess I'm only following orders, so. You and Monica decided to share your lives together after receiving the blessing of her parents. Can we go back? Can we? No? Fuck. Alright. After receiving the blessing of her parents, the ceremony was held in Holsort. During the same year, you were offered a high-paying job within the governing United Swordland Party. It was important to start your career on a good foot, so you accepted it. Working for the ruling party was the easiest path to power. The financial compensation was too great to pass up. Okay, there you go. Let's go with it was the best opportunity to change the country for the better. You became the economics assistant to one of the more experienced members of the assembly. You worked long and hard, investigating hundreds of pages of economic reports late into the night. You were climbing the ladder. Tarquin Sol gave amnesty to the remaining factions of the civil war and chose de-escalation and appeasement. The institutions, including the fascists, the institutions and symbols of the former kingdom were slowly replaced. His government launched several new initiatives, such as citizen-funded bills program to revitalize the economy, a social labor initiative to help rebuild and improve society, and a large dam project to solve the energy crisis and create jobs, I guess. The first multi-party elections in the history of Swordland were held. President Tarquin Sol was elected once more. Hopefully, only this time. This is going to be his last term, hopefully. The new 5-year plan and the subsequent financial work put you under a lot of pressure, but your significant contribution to the economic strategy triggered an invitation to meet President Tarkin Sol himself, who offered you a key position. You were to become the youngest member of Assembly. Accept it with doubts. Let's go with doubts. Remain skeptical. As the youngest MP, it was difficult to connect with the influential inner circle. You needed allies, so you brought on Peter Fector as your right-hand man. The birth of your son, Frank, provided a brief moment of joy and relief. You sacrificed work to spend time with your family. Shit. Now, ideally, of course, I would choose number 1. Sacrifice work to spend time with your family. But that might be useful in the long term when you have strong family values in that sense, I guess. But then if you're a man, you're expected. Again, I'm trying to think pragmatically. Like even idealistically, I would choose sacrifice work. Let's go with that. Let's see what's the consequence of that. During your absence, Peter Vexner found trustworthy contacts and strengthened your position in the party. There you go. Thank you. At the same time, have faith in your allies, I guess. At the same time, President Sol increased his authority over the years. His growing ego started to cause strife within the USP. The cracks began to show. President Sol barely secured a majority in the election against the opposition leader. Over the next year, the Soris people grew increasingly discontent with corruption and a worsening quality of life. Economic growth was slowing down. Meanwhile, calls for a united Swordsland Party Congress became louder as the leadership struggles. Okay, reconnection is successful. Again, we're working with very limited information. I don't like this. Let's go with sidelines. The contender for party leadership was Ewald Alfonso, a reformist and talented business magnate. Thank God I didn't go with the opposition, with a growing follower base within the party. Meanwhile, in a desperate effort to secure votes before the Congress, President Sol was meeting party members one by one. He approached you too. The president offered you the position of Minister of Economy, Commerce, and Energy in the next government if you backed him in the upcoming votes. Oh. Let's accept. But then again, say if the opposition offered me that position as well, I can be more useful in a way of, yeah, we'll see. If I reject it, what will happen? The Congress was nothing short of impressive. The banners of the United Social Party were decorated in every possible spot. Thousands of influential political figures, lobbyists, and benefactors gathered for the starting points. The voting for the party leadership began. Should I go for someone who's increasingly power hungry and is not really doing anything per se? Or should I vote for Ewald Alfonso, a business magnate? I think... Fuck. But it says Sol's 5th election win. So I think he will win anyway. Well, never mind. Alfonso win by a small margin. During the Congress, Sol announced he would retire from politics at the end of his term and appointed Alfonso as vice president. The systems he had established were to stay much longer. His achievements wouldn't be forgotten. You? We're happy that Sol was finally leaving. A month later, your daughter was born. Monica named her Diana. He motivated you during a tumultuous period in the party. As the VP and the leader of the USP, Ewald Alfonso began dismantling the old organization and structures established by the USP, such as the State Educators Corps and the Soldier State Corporation bills. What do they entail? The general elections were approaching. The United Swordsland Party was under new leadership. You joined the party after any campaign for him. I don't like this. I don't like it in the sense that I'm working with limited information. Let's just join. Did your best in order to make Swordland a better place. Yeah, let's go with number 1. Did your best in order to make Sortland a better place. The presidency of Alfonso saw many bold reforms in government and law and advancements in liberal democratic values. He valued your support throughout. However, due to infighting and disorganization, continental economic tensions, and fast-track privatization, it was followed by a severe economic recession. Gee, I wonder why. The other parties announced their bids for the 1953 elections, but the unfair election system hampered opposition efforts to campaign. You? Ooh. Thought that your party could not survive another crisis. We're worried about the economic recession. I would be more worried about a recession. Yeah. With Peter's help, your presence in the USB grew. The two of you worked long nights together. He flipped opponents to your side. You became the face of a new wing. This is, I guess, our rise to power, I imagine. You became the face of a new wing of the party. Step by step with the adequate planning, your wing took over the leadership as President Alfonso lost control of the country. The moment you make a move had come, you advised Alfonso to step down. I wouldn't blame Alfonso. Well, I mean, he did privatize the economy. Fuck you. Fuck you, Alfonso. The media backlash prompted President Alfonso to reshuffle his cabinet, but most of his inner circle, even Minister of Development Gus Manger, abandoned him. Ooh, okay. Alfonso was removed from power by a no-confidence vote. The party eventually voted you in because of your influence. Following this, you announced that you would be running for president in the general election with Peter as your running mate. It was your turn. After visiting every city and town during the campaign, you made a speech on state television. You promised to enact democratic reforms. The people are tired of empty promises. We need fundamental change in our institutions and government. A solid and transparent democracy awaits us. Brothers and sisters, the new constitution and the new age is upon us. Okay. On election day, millions went out to cast their votes. It was time to face the truth. Prologue, Rise to Power. Chapter 1, President Reign. Okay. Oh, we can change. Okay, let's see. Balding, long, bald. Movie star. Rebellious. Stylish. 20s. Gentleman. Gentleman's hat. Coronelli. Soris Fedora. White Tribly. Default. Let's go with movie star. Or stylish. No, yeah, let's go with stylish. And then here, as it would seem. Clean-shaven. Intellectual. Sword gentleman. Swordist. Strategist. Theorist. Okay. Valeslandian. Okay. Marking. Let's go with clean-shaven. I know. But, hey. Me, again. Tire. Maroon suit. Ooh. Sardland first. Tuxedo. Grand. White suit. Default. This one is too working class. Let's not go with that. Maroon suit. Sardland first. Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah, let it be the office. It's okay. Accessories. Black glasses. Brown glasses. Thin glasses. Lesbian cigar. Sure. Let's go with thin glasses. Let's screenshot this. Hang on. Oh. Sorry. But it's not. Give me a sec. But it's not supposed to capture the whole thing. Where is it again? Photo mode. No, not this. Recordings, broadcast live highlights, video capture. Nope. Privacy control. Yeah, it's off. Yeah, it should be fine. I don't want to though. Fuck you. Oh well. Use good old snip. You just started? Yes, I've just started. I'm sorry. I know. Hola, hola, Kanya. What's up? Watching Oomph. Aw. Hello. Okay, let's finish. No, I just came along. Hi. I was about to. Yep, I'm sure. Okay. Finally, we're starting. That was a long intro, I have to say. How long has it been? Like, it's been almost half an hour. Just for the intro, just for the prologue. But okay, election campaign promises. As Anton Rain, you have made consequential promises to the people of Swordland. Okay. If we're talking about the economy and a recession. What is it? Hang on. What is it, Kanye? I just came along. I bought this game once upon a time for an employment test and haven't played it again. So I was excited to see you're gonna play it. Oh, I see. Well, just enjoy my voice in the background, I guess. But let's go with plan economy. Let's be controversial, shall we say. Let's go against my economic roots. As Anton Rain, you have made consequential promises to the people of Swordland to gain their votes in the... But, okay, let's go with market. But see, like, I don't like... I'm somewhere in the middle of between these two. I lean more towards the democratic economy, which does somewhat lean towards market, but then I don't know the algorithm of the game per se on how they interpret market economy versus plan economy. Because like I'm just worried that plan economy here is like total control of the government. Like there's no workplace democracy, for instance. But market economy, they might interpret that as businesses running everything. Fuck it, let's go with plan economy. Whatever. The global rivalries between capitalist Arcadia in the west, the monarchy of Rumburg to the north, and the communist United Contana in the east are intensifying. Let's go with Contana. East, right? Yeah. Swordland has the potential to align with others to lean towards neutrality. Let's go with the communists. Again, just be as interesting as possible, I guess. We'll see. Immigration policy. Return to relaxed immigration, of course. Bludish ways and acknowledge immigrants flock to Swordland due to relaxed immigration laws enacted by former President Emanuel Alfonso. As a result, these tensions are causing requests for a political solution. Let's retain that. Term focus. Defense, law enforcement, health, education. Oh, that's it, huh? No economy? Okay. Alright. Let's start with education. Restore this arm. Wait, no. Education. The once praised public education system of the nation has suffered significant setbacks in the last decade. The lack of new schools, high student to teacher ratios, low teacher salaries, and even a lack of classroom equipment in certain parts of the country caused massive divergencies in the public education system. Okay. Southern Armed Forces were the nation's most funded branch until the Alfonso Agron reduced the defense budget significantly, with the increase of saber-rattling threats looming in the north by Rumburg and the growing presence of the superpowers in the region. Let's not go with defense. Increasing divide in the service quality between urban and rural hospitals. The average life expectancy has dropped significantly with issues such as maternity deaths and disease outbreaks. Ooh. What do you think? Should I prioritize education first or health first? It's kind of have to go hand in hand. They're public goods. I think I'll be more familiar with health to some extent compared to education. So if I play to my strongest suit, I will choose health. But in terms of long-term, I say education, okay? In terms of long-term prospects, let's go with education, all right? Are you sure about your decision? 2 weeks have passed since we won the election, and now I was about to be sworn in as the fourth president of Swordland. Thousands were watching the inauguration ceremony and cheering my name, Anton Rain. I like that name, Anton Rain. The die was cast, and there my story began. In the distance, the Maroon Palace stood on top of the famous Hill of Pride. I had no way of knowing what future awaited me there. I looked at my family. My son and daughter, Frank and Diana, were next to Monica, my wife. Her eyes were glimmering with pride. Then I turned towards the key people who made it all possible. Of course, each individual was promised an important position in my government. I saw my previous rival and former president Ewald Alfonso, who gave me a slight nod. Tarkin Sol was also invited, but as expected, he didn't leave his island retreat. Well, that's nice of him. Nice for him. As my thoughts slowly faded away, the reality of the situation dawned on me. Orso Hawker, the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, was waiting for me. The time for the oath has come. Sorry, that's a bad voice. It has indeed. Yeah, this is something I would promise. It has indeed. Please repeat after. Yeah, I can't maintain that voice. Please repeat after me. I do solemnly swear. Solemnly swear. That I will respectfully execute the office of the President of Swordland. And to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend. And to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the people and the Constitution of the Republic of Swordland. You may now deliver your inauguration speech, Mr. President. It is an honor. It is an honor, sir. Dear citizens of Swordland, brothers and sisters, my fellow swords, that doesn't roll off the tongue. That doesn't sound like me. Would I appeal to the suffering of the people by acknowledging the severity of the situation? Or do I immediately shift towards change and hope and trying to show them a new direction? Let's go with change and hope. I think I'm generally more optimistic as a person, that it fits me better. Change and hope. You, the people, have chosen. Together, we will bring prosperity and reform to our nation. It is a time of hope. It is a time of change. If you stand together, we prevail the issues that plague us. So we start with something hopeful. And I think now we can acknowledge the problems, the issues that plague us. We still have insufficient infrastructure, houses without electricity, without water. We have crime in our streets, unemployment within the youth, and we still have injustices in the government that plague us. I promise you, we will stop the recession and eliminate poverty. The future awaits us. It is time to turn our faces to the east? No. First, we must rewrite our broken constitution from 1929. I promise you, we will stop the recession and eliminate poverty. Let's go with that. Because that's what matters most. Like, why would you talk about placating to the east or whatever? It is time for a united and powerful Swordland once again. Change now, not in the next decade or years, today. Change now, not in the next decade. Let's go with that. Hundreds of thousands cheered. They were shouting my name in unison. I felt the responsibility, the power, and the burden all at the same time. Raise, fist, wave. Now, I will enjoy the moments. Smile. Probably. Taking a deep breath in, I enjoyed the moments. I took a long look at the people of Swordland to burn this moment into my memory. One of the presidential guards came by to notify me that it was time to leave. I made my way to the leading car in the motorcade. The presidential state car was a jet black Cadillac with flags of Swordland above the front headlights. Next to it, a man was holding the door. Sergei Wagner. Hello, Mr. President. I still felt euphoric from the aftermath of my speech. Hearing my new title made me smile even more. If you'll allow me to introduce myself, I am Sergei, your new driver. Nice to meet you again. Barely paying attention to what he was saying, he suddenly gestured out the window. Isn't it a beauty? The Maroon Palace. He was right. Sunlight glinted off the palace's many maroon-colored domes. It was so bright that I had to look away. Every time I look at it, I'm reminded of my duty to this nation. We all owe a great debt to the men who led the country from here. Nah. It's just a building, Sergey. So do I, Sergey. It is in the beating heart of the nation after all. Yeah, let's go with that. Well said, Mr. President. The car drove past the majestic gates, continued uphill to the entrance, and stopped in front of the doors. Hang on. The AC is getting a bit too cold. Sergey got out of the car and opened the door for me. Have a great day, Mr. President. Amornia Westcore. Which means? It refers to the famous swordist phrase from the times of revolution. Amornia Westcore. Vectern Sista, which meant morning will come. Victory is close. Okay. I'm liking the music, by the way. It's like very chill, very optimistic, uplifting in a lot of ways. Vectern Sista. I made my way upstairs through the extravagant corridors of the palace. Marble and engraved wooden finishes decorated the interior. My footsteps echoed in the colossal halls. The guards bowed their heads in respect as I opened the massive doors to my new office. Jesus, my throat. Okay, I guess there's an exclamation mark there. Can I take just a quick break? Just let me on my phone for a bit, see what's what. Okay, right. Open city information. It's quite exhausting having to read all this to some extent, and it's only been an hour, only 53 minutes. Jesus. All right, open city information. Cannot. Capital. Holsword is the capital of the Republic of Swordland and the region of Greater Holsword. Industrial center. The city is home to important industries, and is considered to be one of the industrial centers of Swordland. Okay. Industrial center as well. It's good. It's good to have the the building blocks of the economy within close reach of your hands. Yes, we Swordish. God, Buddhist was like others religion. Will be interesting to see what they mean. Okay, United Swordland Party. So we got 7 news. Economist. Okay. Campaign bill. Fair representation in this assembly. The long-stalled campaign bill has once again taken center stage in the Grand National Assembly. The bill, first proposed during the Alfonso presidency, has been put on hold due to the 1953 election, but has now been resurrected under President Anton Reign. The proposed amendments ensure a more proportional allocation of public funds, more accurately reflecting a party's influence within the legislative body. Huh? Okay. Reign spoke of change and hope. President Anton sworn thousands of percent of the law in his integration rate. It is the same thing that we read already. Berlin today. President Anton Reign. Anton. The new president has been sworn into office, another great win, who managed to get 37 of the general vote. That's quite low. 37%. Okay. A small margin then. I wonder who were my oppositions. We haven't learned about that. The first congratulation came from Casaro Kiberner of the National Front Party, which finished third in the election. Okay. National Front Party. Casaro Kiberner is a Soros politician and leader of the National Front Party. He has been a member of the Assembly since 1941. He represents the far right of the Soros politics. Despite his views, he is respected by nationalists on both sides of the political spectrum. Before his political career, he was enrolled into a military school. Arts degree, okay. Propaganda artist. Hang on, make sure it's not close by my video. He joined the Soros Armed Forces, not verified. It was rumored to be the private who announced General Lutheran's 77 military crew. He founded the National Front Party. Oh, okay. He founded the party. Took a strong stance against immigration, to be expected, and was blamed by a significant part of the populace for inciting violence in the city streets against ethno-Swordish and Bloodish people. He organized countless meetings, panels, and helped form nationalist student organizations at the top universities in Swordland. Okay. In 1936, he was elected as the mayor of Jen, becoming the first mayor elected from the NFP. Okay, we need to keep an eye out for Jen. They're serving as mayor until 1940. He was elected as a member of the assembly in 1941. Blah, blah. I don't think these matter necessarily. 53rd election. Okay. National Front Party. Nationalist ultra-conservative political party. I am moderated his views under the leadership of Casaro Kiberner. So he's actually the moderate one. Okay. More approachable for a larger audience. Okay. Cool. So that's Orland today. The runner-up of the general vote, the PFGP, didn't concede until the last minute, but the results were clear since several hours in. The People's Freedom and Justice Party is a political party in Switzerland which has promoted both liberalism and social democracy in the country. It is led by Franz Richter and currently is the main opposition in the Grand National Assembly. Do you have to be the opposition? I think I would choose you compared to the fascists. But then again, some do say that liberal are just... If you call a liberal, the fascist bleed, whatever. But just LARPing, I guess. The PFGP was established during the Lachaman Congress. Tarkin Sol. Party is regarded as a center-left political party with traditional ties to the middle and upper middle classes. So it's what I call workers, bureaucrats, academics, college students, left-leaning intellectuals, and labor unions. Okay, they work with the labor unions. That's good. However, the distance between the party administration and many leftist grassroots, especially left-oriented Polish voters, as well as Franz Richter's support for free market reforms, contributed to the party's shift away from the political left. They represent the reformist faction of the Grand National Assembly, advocating for a more democratic constitution. The party opposes... Okay, so I guess we can sort of work with them. Let's see, Franz Richter, Soros politician, business, and also a major shareholder of the construction company. Ooh, okay. If you want to build infrastructure in the country, we need to be working well with him. Before his political career, he studied economics at Lachaman Business School. Okay, so what is it? A colleague then, to some extent. Worked for the Watchtower of Human Rights in Arcasia. After his return to Switzerland, he formed a company that imported machine parts from Arcasia and made several investments to service and industrial companies. He helped open research and development departments. Okay. He was also known as a human rights advocate. He labeled Tarkin Sol as a dictator. Okay. Ooh, I wonder if my vote of Sol would have any implication on this. Which led to a huge rise in votes. He's after the election of blah, blah. Okay, so he's a liberal. Definitely a liberal. Oh, thank God I went against Ewald Alfonso and went hard on him, blaming him for the recession and whatnot. So hopefully we can remain under his grace. Economic analyst with consultation from report stands out. The last 4-year plans of the plan doctrine created a budget deficit and a clear reduction of the industrial production output. This was specifically due to the mismanagement and inefficient bureaucracy. Ooh, and we choose plan economy. This will be interesting. The year-on-year growth, budget balance, and production. Although yes, deficit is bound to happen usually if there's inefficient bureaucracy and mismanagement. 2 most productive consecutive years had been when the privatization program of Alfonso began in 1949. Our editorial team, blah, blah. The recession was not actually caused by Alfonsonomics, but by the drastic obstructions of state executives hindering the plan. Well, it is from the National Business Council, so understandable. President Rain must take the advice of planned economy proponents around him with a pinch of salt. Otherwise, he could find himself in the same spot of Tarkin Sol in the mid-40s. Well, it depends on their proposition. Restructure the infrastructure. Okay. After the recent successful mega infrastructure projects from Lina Quintana, the world is warming up to the idea as a source of growth and employment. But is there any truth to this success? Our investment analysis indicates that infrastructure investments can be fruitful in the short term, but even more so in the long term, especially if they focus on linking economic nodes that business logistics depend on. That's true. This is, however, the first step. The crux of the matter is diversification of investment, where the government supports employment and growth. It is key to help private businesses with government contracts, tax breaks, fuck tax breaks, and political support. Sorry, in order to create a self-sufficient and dynamic economy. We are in a budget deficit, so fuck tax breaks. Government's role in Swartland should be to integrate the world's economy, and like the studies have shown that trickle down economics through tax breaks and whatnot, they don't exactly work. So you can look it up and it will show exactly that. I mean, for businesses, when we talk about tax breaks, it's not exactly to make a business venture feasible, profitable. It's just to increase their margin, because they wouldn't be considering it in the first place if on the baseline level it's not profitable. So yeah, fuck tax breaks. The government is only I'm gonna okay. The government's role in Swartland should be to integrate the world economy and reap the benefits of global trade. That's okay. That's fair. Economic growth and economic, but that depends on our current situation, though. How ready are we to embrace international market? The lack of in times. The new assembly begins duty. I think this one is fairly political. Communist Party of Swartland. Oh, we have a Communist Party. Okay, and the Workers' Party of Blodia both won just below 10% with the vote. Failing to pass the 10% of election threshold. Oh, that's not close allies with the fascists. I guess we'll see how performative they are. The unrepresented votes below the threshold resulted in the USP taking 52% of the seats in it. Okay, that's good, giving them the lawmaking power. The new seat numbers have been finalized as follows: USP 130, PFGP 70, NFP 40, and Independence 10. Radical, another USP president. How many times will people fall for the same trap? We've seen this before with Colonel Sol, who supposedly saved this country and brought stability in times of chaos. His stability, however, meant a life of oppression. Any opposing voices were silenced and many were persecuted. Well, thank God I didn't come from a military background now, aren't I? Next was Alfonso, who was elected as a liberal reformer to bring change to the USP and Swartland. Seeing his unfortunate inability, his own cabinet resigned. As the third USP candidate becomes president, it is high time to realize that real change won't come from their party. Chill, bro, chill. Oh, nothing from Geopolitico. Okay. Okay, so can close that, Zero news. Okay, what? So, wait, what? No. Can I? How to? Control, move. Oh, there you go. WASD. Where's our country? What is the name of our country? Swartland. There you go. Swartland, like sword land, I guess. Overview. Policies: currently active compulsory military service, service general staff. Gendarmerie under defense. Oh, this is military. Okay. How about welfare? How's our welfare doing? Renowned welfare principles. The long-standing welfare principles that have traditionally guided the provision of welfare services but renowned aristocracy are currently under scrutiny and evaluation. Good. Why would we trust the aristocracy? These principles, which have shaped welfare practices for a significant duration, are being critically assessed to determine their effectiveness and relevance in meeting the evolving needs of the population. Good. Voluntary vaccination. For an extended period, Swartland has upheld a voluntary vaccination policy, allowing individuals to... Okay, interesting starting point. For the South Industrial, this policy has granted citizens the autonomy to decide whether to receive vaccinations based on personal beliefs and preferences. Now, what happens with that? Under the law, freedom and curriculum, the educational institutes are granted the freedom to teach creationism or evolution. Oh, fuck, no. Oh, fuck no, not this. This ensures that schools have the autonomy to choose the approach that aligns with their educational philosophy. Okay, but not fucking creationism. I make decisions. Actions, the old guard. I'm sorry, this game is a lot to process. My God. Chief Justice, the old guard, centrists, and reformists. What does old guard mean? Are the solists from the old administration who defend the status quo and promote conservative politics. Some claim that they establish a deep state that controls the state apparatus. The reformists are the representatives in the government united under the call for the democratic reforms. Hello. Oop. Lol, it is a lot to process. Yeah, I'm getting that feeling now. But the reformists over the previous years, they have been gaining popularity since their failed previous government. Okay. The oligarchs are the few powerful elites who control the majority of the wealth in Swordland. Their influence both in and out of Swordland have been growing due to privatization efforts in the past. Cool. We hold the majority. Speaker of the Assembly is USP. Okay. Leader of USP Reformist Wing, Albin Calvin. Source politician. Of the interest of time. Can I how do I do things? Okay, there's another exclamation mark here. All sort. Is this part of my country? Oh, this is city information. do I need to manage all of the cities? I did choose plan economy after all. Okay, open city information. Peter Holster region. Okay. Holster is one of the industry centers as well. Who's the mayor? The USP mayor. Okay, no name. Not important enough to the lore. Is anything interesting happening? Okay. Peter Vextern arrived a couple of minutes early and sat across from me. Okay, finally, get the ball rolling. He was struggling to hold back his smile. What voice should we give him? Gosh darn, no. Let's not do American. I picked out for you. Thought you'd appreciate her gorgeous set of talents. Okay. Interesting remark. It's a shame the rest of your staff aren't as easy on the eyes. Sure. You're supposed to be my best friend. Okay. He gestures to the slight pouch that protruded over his waistband. But hey, back in university, did you ever imagine we would be sitting here in the Maroon Palace? We have to celebrate this great victory. Let's celebrate then. I got my hands on something special for us, an Earloy Maroon 30-year-old. Something I would do. We will celebrate at the inaugural ball. Just hang in there until this year. This is not the time to celebrate, Peter. We have work to do. Let's celebrate. Come on. Let's celebrate then. I got my hands on something special for us, an Earloy Maroon 30-year-old. I opened the expensive bottle of whiskey. Whiskey as well. Nice. A man of culture. My man. And poured it into 2 glasses I prepared. The exquisite smell filled the room immediately. The 1924? That was my freshman year. Also the year after the revolution. Very difficult times, to be honest. But this smells like heaven. The future awaits, Peter. Toast. I raised my glass and toasted with Peter before smelling the whiskey and taking a sip. The sweet vanilla tone, combined with an oaky taste, developed into a lingering smokiness. Peter really seemed to be enjoying himself. What a taste. This is how we should start all meetings, Anton. We could, but maybe we shouldn't. We wouldn't get much done. Remember the last administration? Yeah, but we are different. All they did was enjoy the privilege. I hope it won't be the case for my cabinet. He started to look a bit anxious on his chair. I assure you, it won't. We will not make the same mistakes. Relax. I sure do hope so. The door swung open and Lucian Galaed, my chief strategist, walked in. He was compact man with sharp, bird-like features. After briefly surveying the room from wall to wall, he sat down, poured a glass of water, and opened his briefcase in a series of quick, graceful movements. Gentlemen! The tall case clock in the room struck 3 o'clock. Damn, you're exactly on time. Hello, Peter. Lucian then turned towards me. He very slightly bowed his head. Oh, he has soft clipped tones. How do you capture that? The majority of the Sordis people demand change. They are more concerned about the economy than the constitution, but they blame the system for their problems. People are losing their trust in our democracy. Why do you think radicals like Bernard Circus, who the fuck? Sordis poet, novelist, short story writer, and communist politician, okay. He is really writing and influenced by the social, cultural, and economic problems of his own city. There, his work earned description as a romantic communist. A romantic communist. He joined the Red Youth. Hey, I joined the Red Youth as well during the Sordis Civil War. He moved to United Contana and studied sociology at the Communist University of Kyoto. There, he was influenced by the artistic experiments of contented poets who advocated futurism, as well as the ideological vision of Maleyev. Many of his works are regarded as the greatest achievements of the Okay. What economy did you pick? Plan economy. I chose plan economy. I chose joining the Red Youth, and I didn't agree with the Alfonso guy, the market reformist. If that gives any description. Nice. Hello, Anjing Buduk. People are losing their trust in our democracy. Why do you think radicals like Bernard Circus are becoming more popular? Everyone's expecting us to bring the change the last government did not. Franz Richter, the leader of the reformists, believes that true change can only be accomplished by transferring some of our powers to the assembly. I will move into the details of the demands shortly. I agree with the reformists. Our responsibility is to democratize our broken system. Yes, I do agree. You need to listen to people if you want to serve this country. But, what do they mean by the assembly? Shit, I'm thirsty. Let's go and listen to the people, because Franz Richter is the liberal, right? Yeah. Can I know more about the reform? But it sounds like, listening to the people is very, sounds like a platitude than a meaningful statement. Let's go with that. Okay, let's go with democratize our broken system. That's exactly what we campaigned for. Bipartisan moments. The true change that will move the country forward. Under the old guard, one of them might die. My money is on Orso Hawker. They will die first, probably, and we need to come up with a change. And hopefully it will be someone from the Justice and Minister of Justice. Someone from the PFGP, the reformists, not from a centrist or, God forbid, from the NFP, the fascists. It is sad that the, what was it? What was it? The Communist Party and the Workers' Party didn't get any position. So, just have to contend with the liberals for now, I suppose. Mr. Richter managed to persuade many members of Assembly to give their support for drafting a new constitution. Reformist politicians are quickly increasing in numbers. While the reformist wing side in our party is still a minority, they could have a three-partisan majority in the Assembly, especially if they unite under Franz Richter. Mr. Richter could be a potential ally in our goal to maintain a majority in the Assembly. Yeah. At least against the NFP. He's definitely key in this. The reformist demands are clear. They want to limit the president's veto powers, ensure that the Supreme Court is independent, and take away the court's right to vote on constitutional amendments. Huh. Okay. We must listen to their demands, otherwise we are no different than the previous administrations. I won't allow them to influence me, we'll shape our own future. Hmm. I agree with limiting the president's veto powers. Of course, like we need to strip that away. Ensure the Supreme Court is independent. That's also good, and take away the court's right to vote on constitutional amendments. Okay. We need a proper balance in power in this country. I agree. We can't ignore the winds of change, after all. The old guard will do its best to preserve the Constitution. Chief Justice Hawker and his allied judges have a great influence over the Supreme Court, which will be tough to break. Yeah, the old guy. The court has the final say over constitutional legislation. Without their approval, we cannot even change it. Kinds of reform that will make the reformers happy would mean maintaining a balance between all branches of government, which means removing your absolute veto as well. The reformers demand that all loopholes in the Constitution are closed. Looks like we have many challenges ahead. We can figure it out. Our party still holds 130 out of 250 seats in the Assembly. We've got the power. However, to reform the Constitution, we must receive a 2/3 majority in the Grand National Assembly, which is 166 votes, and a simple majority in the Supreme Court that equates to 6 votes. How many people are in the... factions? Notable... Oh, these are the notable members. I see. If we get at least 2 of the... We need 6, huh? Okay, that's an interesting thing. Isabel Edmonds, let's get a check on you. She's both the youngest person to serve in the High Court after graduating. What does she care about? First woman, so maybe gender issues. We try to push that front. Maybe she'll be more forthcoming with our propositions. First, a firm believer in democracy and secularism, so that's good. And has spoken out against the oppression of the solid state apparatus numerous times. She's known to hold anti-communist and socially... Okay, that's a concerning one. Anti-communist and socially conservative views. Parliamentary presidentialism is a nightmare. We'll see how it will hold up. After we have settled on how to proceed, we will need to talk with our party figures. The first goal must be to get the 150 signatures needed to start the process. Following the green light from the ESP, we'll reach out to the other party leaders to see if they would back our draft. The last step is to convince the justices of the court. How many do we need again? 166, is it? Yeah, 166 votes. The entire process will take a long time, but we must start working with the reform committee to evaluate all possibilities for a new constitution as soon as possible. We will write a more democratic constitution with the reformists. The new constitution should give the president wide-ranging powers to lead our land into the future. No, not wide-ranging powers. We could work with the old guards to protect our existing extensive powers. Okay, let's side with the reformists. I feel like they're bottlenecking our decisions right now. That's what we've been preparing for internally. Don't forget that promise is what got us elected. The key thing here will be strengthening the power of the assembly, which we already lead with the majority. You're not in agreement. Yes, the divisions of power need to be rebalanced for a better Sortland. I'm okay with the veto. Should I be okay with the absolute veto? I'm sorry. I have no problems with these clauses, okay? Yes, sir. She nodded. We will form a reform committee together with all parties and start reaching out to all the stakeholders in the assembly and the court for a new constitution. But later in the year, we should have an idea on the reform contents and what the other parties want. Another important point, we must be aware of the Lutherberg group. The oligarchs convened under this organization to influence economic policies. Conrad led it for a long time before falling ill. The new leader is Mr. Walter Tusk. Walter Tusk. It's like House of Cards. Tusk, right? Millionaire businessman, investor, and the current spokesperson of the Lutherberg Group. He owns the Economist Group. Okay, that explains their, allegiance. their political tendencies. Well-known newspaper economist. His eighth reached a sword. Walter began his career as an engineer. STEM Lord, okay. One of the League of Triangle later on. Walter established several small businesses with his friends from college. Okay, including a restaurant, a company that imported cigarettes, and a car wash business. A very successful as a businessman, he formed a very successful company that produced machinery parts and electrical wires. So the PFJP guy, I forgot his name. He also holds a manufacturing industry. Oh no. He's the mayor of a city that. Oh, that's the NFP guy. No, that I'm already losing track. But anyway. During largely unregulated privatization, was able to acquire the shares of several important companies for a fraction of their estimated market value. He later became a member of the influential Lothar Group. He is credited for his large contributions to the natural resource industry in Sordland. Okay. Walter is also known for his international ties due to his investments in Lesbia, Agnolia, and Arcasia. We really need to watch out for this guy. Same Tuss, but not Raymond. Raymond Tuss, thank you. Yes, that's his name. The oligarchs convened under this organization to influence economic policies. Conrad led it for a long time before falling ill. The new leader is Mr. Walter Tusk. According to reports, some members of the National Business Council are in their pockets. According to reports, Tusk and the group will surely try to bribe us in exchange for special economic protections. They can kiss our ass if they want. I won't be bought. It won't happen. We won't let these privileged, greedy, and snobby capitalists run the country. Okay. I doubt there was anybody else to turn to in his case. Lucian, look at Peter. As far as I know, Marcel Coronti has some strong ties to this group. His influence could definitely be an asset for us, but I'm sure he'll want something in return. Michael Coronti, Soros businessman, philanthropist, entrepreneur. Conrad Coronti operates the HOS advertising. Oh no, advertising company. This is going to be interesting. Board member of HOS, operating in media, energy, construction, and trade and tourism ministries. That's okay. Quite monopolistic. Sounds very monopolistic. He previously served as the chairman of HOS Resorts, a luxury hotel, obtained a bachelor's degree from the Perla School of Business, a master's degree in media and communication, broadcasting corporation. Okay. I'm aware of Mr. Coronti's wide network that could come in handy. That group is dependent on our economic policies. They can't move a finger without us. That's it anyways, so make sure he is on our side. Sorry. Lotharberg Group. So okay, already my mind is going on fumes. What should we go for? The group's influence is an important force, one that we should use to organize. I don't want to placate too much. Okay, let's not be too agreeable. I wouldn't be so optimistic. The capital they represent could do a lot of damage if it was diverted. We need to tread carefully on all sides with all power players to survive our term. I need to underline the seriousness of the situation. Yes, I'm aware. The military and the general staff are a powerful element in the state, and as history tells us, a dangerous one too. We do have some room to make structural changes by reducing their budget, for example, but it is quite limited. Yeah, the military has been nothing but a burden on our society. We should do something drastic like cutting it. Yep, let's go with that. We can't reduce our defense capability and anger our general staff. I would advise the same, but the budgets... I agree with Lucian. We need to tread carefully here. Okay, I guess that's the end of our conversation. Well then, gentlemen, precisely 30 minutes. This concludes our political briefing for today. Our next meeting will be about our media strategy. Ooh, dangerous liaison. Talk to you soon, sir. I will keep in touch. See you both at the next meeting. Mysterious amount of smoke was rising far away on the horizon. Huh? Oh no. Okay. Something happening? Logistical issues. Okay. In a recent update for all sorts, escalating traffic congestion linked to the city's burgeoning population and rapid urban expansion. Logistics report pinpointed the significant increase in traffic volume and subsequent slowing of transportation routes. The mayor stressed that the lack of comprehensively designed large-scale land-based logistics hub, something that transit-oriented development can solve. Is exacerbating the issues. Sounds worth it though. Fire broke out in the academic administration building of the Hulsor State University. The initial report from the chief of police in Hulsor indicates a near complete destruction of employee record. Oh, what? Huh. Employee records. Damn. People's views on the need of democratic reform in the government structure has changed over the last decade. Reformist propaganda from the leader of the People's Freedom, PFGP, have resulted in a massive increase in demands for democratic reforms. It is estimated that currently 55% of the population supports the reformist ideas. I'm a bit wary that, sure, it would seem that news at the moment has a more liberal bent, but you know, the whole thing about silent majority and all that might have some dire consequences in the future if we rattle the cage too much. The General Staff convened right after the election to congratulate our victory. All branches of the Swordist armed forces were represented in a meeting that took place while highlighting increasing chances of military confrontation in Eastern Maricopa and requested support to the strength of the military. I should have a note with me somewhere. It feels like it's the kind of game where you need a notepad or something. Because, Jesus Christ, being a president is really difficult. The latest marine traffic reports show that the port of Lockhaven is no longer the busiest. Okay, falling behind to the third position. Well, this is a negative indicator. Handy dandy notebook, yes. There is a notepad in game. Hello, RLB. Notepad. Journal. Ooh, notepad. Yes. Oh my god, this is very useful. Okay. There is from army. So this is more economic. No, domestic. Domestic, and then there's economic. Scope. Issue. City. Need to fix logistical issue. And then scope, foreign issue, military, region, Eastern Maricopa. Need military support. Cool. Decisions. I declare my intention to work with the reformers. We have fun and okay. Past reports. Okay. Nito burrito. Thank you. Military issues is always prickly. Yeah, that's definitely one area that I'm definitely not an expert in. The port. Okay. The latest marine Maricopa continent falling behind to the third position while it is a negative indicator for administration. Lockhaven still has the potential to shine again as a major. Okay. Let's jot that down as well. Wait, this is not foreign though. Wait. So why is there a military issue? Chances of military confrontation. Maybe because of the economic. Right. Hang on. So still. Domestic issue, military, city, Eastern Maricopa. Need military rights intention. Might need military support. But then, I think the issue is economic here because Port of Lacavan, city of Marcopa. Marcopa, no longer the busiest port. Might be reason behind military escalation. Particularly as the major represent capital and parcels. This major port city will hopefully keep supporting a possible economic upturn in the entire country if our investment projects succeed. Great job, guys. Hi Jess, hello. Okay. Plan. Low productivity growth. Growth. And an issue, make that social. City. Aklan. Aklan. Food insecurity. Malnutrition. Rural poverty. Okay. In the inner parts of the region. Congratulations from Prime Minister Alvarez. And who the fuck are you? Lesbian politician and business magnate who currently serves as the Prime Minister of Lesbia. In 1950, the Eros magazine. Richest man in the world. Well, thanks, I guess. Alvarez Industry, where he bases residential. He was investigated by the lesbian anti-corruption. What's it called? Lesbian? Like, so close being lesbian. Anti-corruption force for profiteering in 1940, but the investigations were dropped the same year when he entered democracy of Lesbia as a member of the lesbian parliament. Very convenient. What's it avoid imprisonment? He has reportedly admitted that he entered politics so as to avoid imprisonment. Well, Rizia DLC War entry great. Yeah, I've seen the DLC, but I haven't. This is my first time playing this game, so I would love to get the base game first sorted out, and then I might give the DLC a try. Starting with the monarchy, I would imagine it's going to be more difficult, more challenging. So that's why, like, let's do it Swordland first. At least we're a republic, I guess. Which is still conservative in a lot of ways, but oh well. His terms saw major tax concessions, removal of many state regulations, and a general improvement of the Australian economy. Okay. Spoke about his hopes to have a beneficial partnership deal in the future. He sent his best wishes to the Swordist people and warned us about the threats of encroaching Millennievist influence of United Contana from the east, and emphasizing the importance of unity in our continent and Marcopa. Well, hello! Very subtle symbology, want to call it that. Millennievism is a communist theory as advocated by continental revolutionary Leon Shavatanga Kunua, okay. More commonly known through his nickname Maleniev. Variant of Carlos Marcia, Karl Marx, theory of Marxian, yeah, it's Marxian socioeconomics. He supported the founding of Vanguard Party of the Proletariat internationalism, and the dictatorship of the proletariat based on working class, self-emancipation, and mass democracy. Okay. Malaysia's industrialization officially designed to accelerate the development towards communism. Okay. Stressing the need for such rapid industrialization on the grounds that the United Contana was previously economically behind in comparison to Western countries, and asserting that a socialist society needed industry in order to face the challenges posed by internal and external enemies of communism. Okay, there's a lot of reason that goes into that. Mostly because industrialization is one of the fastest way of raising people from poverty in terms of formalizing the labor market. So okay, looking promising so far. But the whole thing about permanent revolution, though, I'm not sure what that entails exactly. It is currently one of the most popular theories of Marxian socioeconomics, being followed by a number of nations. Let's go! Speedrun confrontation. Okay, being followed by a number of nations around the globe. It is also responsible for causing social revolutions in other countries like Volksland during the Century of Revolutions. Okay. Use United Contana again? FSR, might as well call it USSR. It's a federalist socialist republic situated on the continent of Contana. and considered as a superpower of the world. It is a union of multiple socialist republics spanning continent. The country is a one-party state, okay, governed by the Communist Party with Kyo as its capital. It is led by Chairman Leon Maleyev. Let's not even try to pronounce that. United Cantana had its roots in 1907 revolution, where Zoroarsky. Okay, let's keep reading. Maleyev replaced the market economy with the command economy, which led to a period of rapid industrialization and collectivization in the United Cantana. During this period, rapid economic development resulted in dramatic improvements in the average standards of living, particularly in urban areas. Okay. The country saw major reforms under the ideology of Maleyevism. It promoted the idea of the permanent revolution abroad and supported social revolution in nearby states. United Cantana grew its influence around the world, scaling a fierce global ideological battle with Arcasia, with America. Both powers are in a race of influence around the globe. United Cantana growing its influence by supporting less fortunate nations with their problems, supporting revolutionaries and unions abroad. Cool. To grow, which led to the founding of new Marco Malenjevist nation. Marxist-Leninist? Is that what you're trying to say? Okay, never mind. And average civil rights thanks to the education reforms. Or he could be well, no, never mind. Experience technological age. Okay, cool. He currently serves as the chancellor, also a politician and communist revolutionary. Okay, communist revolutionary. Spain wanna be, I see, or Latam. Okay. Hegel played a leading role in the 1920 revolution and establishment of the Democratic Republic of Volksland. He was also responsible for many relatively liberal reforms. Okay, I might warm up to this guy. He fought alongside the famous revolutionary Wilhelm Ulbricht, who led the revolution inspired by the Malenjevist Revolution in the United Cantana. Hegel extensively helped Ulbricht with the establishment of the People's Party. Cool. He supported Ulbricht's purges and the arrest of thousands of anti-communists in the 1930s. Okay. He worked extensively with the decolonization of Africa and Xena continents, convincing the government to keep military. So we got fucking United. Okay, journal. Hello, journal. Wait, no, we have that in connections, right? Not the cabinet. Not that. Do you have anything for diplomacy? There you go. Alliance of Nations stands as a beacon situations. Rumberg, expansion of lack of allies. I'm getting overwhelmed. Okay, that's a Latam. What is Latam? I've never heard of that. Latam. Politics. All Latin America. Anne Putri, thank you, Anne. Hello, Anne. Was that Latam? What? Okay. Okay, Chancellor Hegel. You're trying to read about that guy just now. Okay, hang on. He started a period. Okay, after Ulbricht's death in 1940, he was elected by the People's Party as the Chancellor of Volksland. He started a period of de-Ulbrichization, where he denounced his purges, which he supported earlier. Okay. Redemption arc, and enacted many reforms which started a less repressive era in Volksland. He reorganized the People's Party and distanced it from Malenjevist lines. He promoted what he called Volkslandian socialism. Okay. Despite his reforms that shifted Volksland away from Malenjevism, he brought the country closer to United Cantana, both economically and diplomatically. He also greatly improved the relations with the old colonies of the Volgos Empire. Cool. Volksland, Chancellor Hegel initially supported purging anti-communist, but denounced it by and he rose to power. Cool. Nice. President Smolak. Okay, Senate's congratulations on the election victory. Who is Smolak? Wehlan, in addition, is the commander-in-chief of the Wezek Armed Forces. He's known for his commitment to Wezek nationalism, which... oh no, a nat sock. Jesus Christ. Okay. Wezek nationalism with socialist characteristics. He's the third president. Third to rule Wehlan after the departure of the Arcadian troops in the aftermath of the Wehlan Civil War. He was the leader after failures with the previous post-war presidents and lives in the country out of democratic succession. He formed his own political party, Wezek Nationalist Party of Nuri Socialism in 1932. Surprise, the mustache is not smaller, but okay. Maybe it's a bit too obvious. I'm just assuming right now. Hello. President seized the assets of the multimillionaires. Okay. As a staunch anti-Arcadian, he blamed the royalists, liberals, and the Democrats for the Civil War and the subsequent Arcadian invasion. Despite being an anti-Melanevist before the Civil War, he brought Wehlan closer to the United Contana, which helped him bring the country out of recession with the financial aid coming from the CSP. CSP? Contana Security Pact. Okay, cool. Previous entry. So let's put out our notepad again. Wait, what's his name again? So we got Smolak, which is Wehlan. Wehlan, President Smolak. Smolak is Anatsa. Cool. Oh, wait. Wait, close to United Contana. Prime Minister Van Houten congratulated us on our election and praised our party's stance on just and transparent elections. He signaled his wishes to continue the trade partnership between our countries as equal partners, as opposed to earlier trade deals, which he believes gave Sortland unfair advantages. Agnolian politician, Republic of Agnolia. He's the youngest politician. Van Houten became founder of something with steel production greatly increase. Okay, steel manufacturer. Started a new initiative to discover a new natural resource in market. See. Should I? Okay, question. How consequential it is for me to read all of this? Okay, gas fuel. There's like so many things. Okay, this is like one of the last ones. Okay, cool. So, journal, notepad. Van Houten, which is from Agnolia. The leader promotes privatization and opposes it. Lacks immigration policies. Sees wants more trade. Wants more trade with us on an even playing field. ATO, Arcadian Treaty Organization. NATO? Is it NATO? It's supposed to grow in global attention. Arcadian Treaty Organization and Israel. Okay, the report meticulously identifies regions more later, including Eastern Maricopa, Western Rica, and Southern Contana. Proposed strategies underline the need for actionable collaborative efforts to address these crises, championing an international focus on basic human rights and freedom. As a specter. Okay, so Ado. Can we still write more? Hello? Ado. Asian concern about human rights issues in the East. I'm assuming all of these are in the east. Gas field discovery. Team has announced new gas field discoveries in Narble. These discoveries could enhance the city's energy supply and play a significant role in the broader energy landscape of Swordland. Cool. So economic. City, Narble. New gas nature preservation march. Right after gas discovery, of course. In Leiden has organized a march promoting ecological practices. So Leiden Nature Preservation March. Christian Foundation organize an green march. March, okay. On unique biodiversity. I can't write more. Are you kidding me? Oh no! Come on. Come on. Okay, fine. Fair enough. Oh no. Switch to that. One moment. What does it show on there? What the fuck? Where should we write? Word. Let's go with Notepad. Go analog. Yes, I am trying to do that. Beep. Oh shit, it's gone. Okay, cool. It's not. Biodiversity. Need a burrito. There you go. Analog. Cool. Janet prepares Tourism Act. The Grand National Assembly in whole sort is readying a Swordland Tourism and Cultural Preservation Act. This act aims to enhance the culture and tourism appeal of several cities. Benvie and a collective push to make Swordland a global tourist destination. Nice. Lack of investment. The mayor of Arvery reports a lack of adequate infrastructure around Arvery. Oh, pakai buku. Nah, I'm not gonna use a book. Save paper. Come on. Issue military note. Economic issue. I hate that when you click out, the music stops. Like, come on. Orkopa, Aknalan, Narble. City. Arvel. Okay. I'll take note of that. Increasing homelessness. Aw. Okay. Okay. We're mapping out the problems. Mapping out the problems. Hang in there, guys. We got this. We can run this country. So, city. Bergia. Jesus fucking Christ. So many things to take care of. Homelessness. In there, reaching 25%. Dear God. Most stark among the immigrants, i.e. Bludish. Homelessness increased by 72% in just 6 years. It's world among ethnic minorities reached the highest level in more than a decade. Wow. Okay. Close the notepad since it's useless. Nice. Finally, we've gone through everything. Now what can I do? Wetland, Bergia, Ghostland, Estort, Lenkirk, Laren. So let's see. What can we do exactly? Oh. No. Don't do that. Beep. Wait, I can't click out. Okay, let's drag it out. Hello. So let's say we start with Whole Sort. What can we do with Whole Sort in terms of its economic situation? All right, after this, I'm going to take a break for sure. I'm getting a bit tired. Just a quick 5-minute break. Simon Hole, Gus Manger, and Lilias Graf are about to arrive. Okay, Simon Hole is politician and businessman who serves as the Minister of Economy, Commerce, and Energy of Swordland. Don't I have a right to choose my own cabinet? But okay. He's a member of the United Swordland Party, USP, and the co-chairman of the National Business Council. He's the former chairman of the Senate. Actually, hang on. Just let me top up my blast just real quick. Just one moment. One moment. Where is the be right back? Be right back. Okay. Ooh, I am back. All right. Gaming again. I have my what is it? My jug. Yeah, so it's easier for me to get more water. But in any case, we're trying to sort out the logistical issues in one of the cities. We're looking into the people that we're meeting, starting with Simon Hall. He is a USB member, but he's also the co-chairman of the National Business Council. So let's see. Former chairman of the Central Bank. Okay. One of the top experts in Swordland on financial matters. Cool. Why is he in a business council then? Okay. He was a big supporter of the free market reforms, but criticized his other policies and blamed the recession on his rushed handling of the reforms. Right. Simon is often famed for his promotion of free market economy in Swordland and his analyses of the economic boom in Arcasia. He wrote several books and articles on economic inequality in the Markian region, which earned him praise from economists both in Swordland and abroad. Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development in the Reign administration. USB as well. Born in Valgan. Cultivated many farms. Studied business. Worked on Max to develop local agricultural, logistical, and energy companies. Great potential in Anrica as a middle ground between the most prominent cities. He made significant investments there, founding and running successful logistics and tourism company. Okay. I guess that's why he's here, because he has a logistics company. Oh, yeah, it's quite a long list, this one. Particularly successful in helping rural poverty reduction through international investment attraction. arranging high-value export routes for locally produced agricultural goods, and adjusting import and export taxes to drive the generated economic value up in Swordland. Nice. Okay, I think I can get behind this one. Manger worked tirelessly during and after the 51 recession with the 3 econs, consisting of Edith Acknock, Mikhail Evan, and Simon Hall, and helped Swordland avoid economic depression. The 3 econs. Nice. I need to keep track of these people, I guess. Simon Hall is the first guy. Mikhail Evan, Edith Acknock. He was Edith Acknock. Aren't they in the judicial right now? No connection. No, that's Isabel Edmonds and Nia Mogna. Sorry, different. So Gus Manger, the 3 econs, Edith Acknock. First woman to hold that position. Cool. Acknock is known as well as adopted daughter of the first president of the Republic, Arthur Whiskey, according to official sources. Studied Holsort, finished master's in Lacheven Business School. As he moved to Arcadia after the death of his father. Economic expertise in Arcadia. And later quit her job to work at the renowned global bank. Okay. Very subtle renaming there, relabeling. In 1951, she was invited by Alfonso to return to Swordland to help with the economic crisis. On her return, she was appointed to be the chairwoman of the central bank. Ini Sri Mulyani ini maksudnya ini. She was selected as the only female economist for the cover of the 20 greatest economists in history, published by the Eras magazine, by the best Minister of Finance. Okay. Wait, no, sorry. How about who's this person? Minister of Interior of Swordland. Cool. Her tenure as public advocate was a reformation accomplishment. The city brought her nationwide popularity, prompted her against to pick her. Her policies on urban planning and public education transformed whole source economy and boosted her popularity in the capital. She is currently one of the central figures in the United Swordland Party. Okay. Credited for her economic booms in the RV and whole sword, and known for supporting socially conservative politics throughout her career. Okay, we need to be looking out for that. She's respected as an expert on urban development and police relations. Ooh. Okay. She inarguably brought with her a large conservative support in the elections. Soon after, she left her position as the mayor of Holsort to become a minister under the Rain administration. All right. See what happens. 2 assistants arrived first, carrying a heavy projector. They stood with it by the door, waiting for the ministers to enter. From the hallway, I heard Lilias Graf's voice. She was using the patient, almost motherly tone she often took in heated arguments. Gus, do you really think that such an economically advanced area is more in need of investment than Aglan? Lilias, my interior minister, strode in. She was clad in shades of brown and beige. The only spot of color, a bright yellow Dustner's cross on her necklace. Gus followed close behind. Don't be an idiot, Lilias. What about the unemployment crisis in the great... sorry, it looks like Snape to me for some reason. What about the unemployment crisis in the greater Holsort and Gusland regions are going through? These areas are our economic heartland. Gus curled his hands into fists. The Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development's temper hadn't changed since his days in the Alfonso administration, but neither had his reputation for getting things done. His far-reaching network of connections was unlike any other. Simon Hall quickly stepped between the 2 ministers without looking at either of them. He cleared his throat. Good morning, Mr. President. Morning, everyone. How are you? I'm very well and motivated, Mr. Rain. It seems our ministers are feeling the same. As I suspected. I can clearly see that. What was the discussion about? Let's meddle a bit, shall we? I can clearly see that. What was the discussion about? We were having a discussion about the infrastructure plans. If I may, I would like to talk to you about the Simon interrupted. We will. I'm looking forward to this. Simon pulled a silk handkerchief out of his pocket and briefly wiped his glasses. My staff and I have what was the voice I was doing just now? My staff and I have comprehensively analyzed every aspect of. He was interrupted by a groan from one of the assistants by the door, both of whom were now visibly struggling to hold up the heavy projector. Oh, you can put that there. He pointed below the painting of President Sol. The assistants placed the projector next to the table and installed a white screen on the wall. Leave now. Thank you, and please, leave now. Okay. Not the most sociable person. The assistants left the cabinet room. I was reminded that Simon had never quite had a way with people, but his facility with numbers had made him the most sought-after economic specialist in Swordland. Simon started looking for his slides. He always carried documentation around with him. Wait, why would you yawn? Lilias leaned to the table and spoke. Simon, what happened to the new police station construction at Estord? While going through his briefcase, he paused for a moment to answer. It got stalled due to a government property boundary issue. I have been meaning to look at it. I can take a look at that one. Estord needs all the security help it can get. Sure, more time for me to spend on analyses. His eyes glittered when he finally found the slides he were looking for. There have been some developments about the Swordis Ren losing further value today. We have been trying to stabilize it with the central bank. The recession of 51 put enormous pressure on the economy, resulting in the collapse of the value of our currency. The entire situation was a significant cause of concern for our administration. Okay. Since economics is your forte, Suzerain, it is possible that you might already be aware of the data. I can still explain the current economic situation in better detail. Please explain. Shall we go with unemployment and inflation rate? What is our employment and inflation rate? Unemployment has skyrocketed and is now at a staggering 16%, and inflation is at a relative high of 10%. Those are pretty high numbers, yes. Unemployment is increasing crime and drug use. We need to get people off the streets. The inflation isn't helping our average citizen either. Oh, we have options to know about everything. Okay, let's go with GDP and debt situation. Our current GDP is 310 billion Swordis Ren, and the national debt is 427 billion. The debt is higher than the GDP? Okay. Years were tough. What is the status of the recession? The economy has been in a recession of about -6% in the past year. The average GDP has dropped from 15,000 per capita to 10,000 from 1951 to now. Wow. It's quite a lot. This administration's success depends on our ability to stop the recession. The sooner we can reach GDP growth, the better. Okay, let's go with the economic strategy. Simon scattered the paper stack in front of him in an orderly manner and took a final look at his notes before clearing his throat. As you can see, the situation is alarming, but not everything is negative. The extensive privatization program of Alfonso and key foreign direct investments left us a large budget surplus, which we can use to stabilize the crisis. The primary subject we need to settle on is what general path we will take in our term. Solonomics-based nationalization happened in the 30s and Alfonso's privatization began during the end of the 40s. What will our administration focus on? One of our main promises was to promise a planned economy to stop the recession. To be frank, I still don't think this was a good idea. We shouldn't go back to Solonomics. It is the reason of the recession. Self-sufficiency will help us in tough times. Simon ignored the statement, of course. Economic systems without regulation are bound to fail. What are the consequences of the free market? The more of the economy we control, the better we can manage the recession. What are the downsides of the planned economy? Let's stand firm. Economic systems without regulation are bound to fail. Obviously, sorry, that's not Lilius. Obviously, there is some regulation in all of the existing systems. Otherwise, it would be anarchy. Nobody wants a chaotic society. From taxes to the standard of goods, there are many elements that regulate all aspects of this system. But is it enough? I doubt it. We can manage to plan more aspects of the economy. Our chances of success would increase with a talented team like ours. The structural problems of Solonomics were going to lead to a recession, according to predictions at the time anyway. Either way, even if we pick one of the doctrines, we retain the option to make economic choices on a case-by-case basis. That is, however, not recommended in my point of view. The last thing we need is a chaotic economic plan. Finally, something we can both agree on, Lilius. There is another important point which has a direct impact on our economy. Superpowers. We might have won the election, but I'm still against aligning ourselves with the superpowers. I want you to reconsider your promise to align with United Contana. There is a revolution that was started by United Contana, a permanent revolution, and Suzerain must be part of it. Ooh, maybe let's not go that far. Don't worry, I won't let United Contana control Swordland. I hope we can show and not tell. When the time comes, I hope you will make the right decision for our own good. We should attract more foreign direct investment, Mr. President. We saved the country from a full-on depression in 1952 and 1953 by signing lucrative trade deals with nations such as Rizia, Lesbia, and Kinal. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Minister Whiskey will be in charge of informing you on those types of foreign policy decisions. We must first decide on our internal economic plan. So I'm going to put forward a legal document outlining the possibilities with both economic doctrines listed. The cabinet members looked at me. We have to thank Sol and his planned economy for the boom. It clearly shows the success of the system. Now, let's not say that. Let's finish what Alfonso started. Definitely not. Free market reforms. Because I've already agreed on a planned economy. Would a planned economy focus brings us stronger allies? Not. They're going to argue because they're arguing from an economic standpoint. I don't think so. You have to focus on internal stuff. What's on our long-term economic schedule? Picking a construction company, trade relations, tax reform, and welfare privatization or nationalization initiatives would be some of them. You must choose wisely and remember that the free market economy in all forms is the future of the world. Fuck you, Gus. Shut up. I wouldn't be so sure. You have to think solid and Hispanic. You have to choose, don't we? I don't want to, though. I mean, can't we have like a third option where like, okay, let's go with this. Would a planned economy bring us stronger allies? It would make United Contana diplomatically look at our country in a more positive light. They are proponents of the planned economy. The influence Arcasia has on the world economy is extensive. Our economic strategy should be based on internal reasoning, though. I will not choose either one or two. Let's move on to the conclusions. What are your final thoughts, Mr. President? Few could be, and it wouldn't be negative, but either way, you make the choices. So, what will our general economic plan promote? Promote a planned economy as we promise. Not sure if we made the right decision here. Gus looks worried. Now that there is clarity on which direction we are heading, I will work on a good plan accordingly. Can I be involved, please? This concludes our meeting. At our next gathering, we will talk about the upcoming infrastructure investment plan. Okay, cool. Disperse for lunch. Nice. Okay. Good luck, Hamid. We got some C-Rig of the cost. The rig has been a significant contributor to the total output. Okay. Temporary. Maintenance timeline remains uncertain. Local. Okay, bring out my note again. Economic. Probably break down economic to like something else as well. Lachaven. Don't we have Lachaven already? No? Okay, apparently not. Oil rig currently pause. Maintenance. Okay. Local government is monitoring the situation and making arrangements to ensure minimal disruption in the city's oil supply. Until then, normal operations remain suspended. In Borin, booming wine demand. Is this turn 2? Wait. Like, okay, close all of this. Unclick on it. Alliance of Nations, OMAC, Organization of Mercopan, Economic Development is an intro. Increased trade in Mercopa. Country overview. Economy. Energy Protection Act at 20%. EPA implemented in 1932. Safeguards for less energy industry from excessive foreign ownership. Cool. The act was amended though, setting the limit of foreign ownership in national security sensitive energy at 20%. 20% is not so bad. So it's okay. Situation, weak start. Unemployment crisis. Families are struggling. Brain drain. Okay. Rust Belt, the economy region is experiencing rapid decline due to a lack of investment. Something new about the law. Reform Committee. A Reform Committee has been convened to engage in extensive discussions on the potential revisions and updates to the Constitution. This inclusive dialogue involves representatives from all political parties within the government, providing an opportunity for comprehensive constitutional review and reform. Let's start with the economists. Armadine Industries pioneering electronics. Did I have any thoughts about us saying that we're a planned economy? Nothing apparently. Cool. There are 6 years of research. The material science questions regarding composites have been solved. Nice. Cool. Oh, this is in Arcasia though. Yeah, Arcasian. Ooh. Would be nice to get our hands on it. In a stunning development, former president and current chairman of CASOM, Ewell Alfonso, has announced his departure from the exclusive Lothar group. Oh. Okay. His decision has been fueled by a growing disillusionment with the interests of the security of our organization. He's intent on charting his own course away from Lothar. However, this abrupt exit from the group only a few months after his defeat. It's gotta be libertarian, probably. Who knows? Marks another political setback and an anarcho-capitalist, probably. Nothing there. Filling Swordlands tomorrow. Unfazed by recent political developments, GASOM is set to bolster Swordland's infrastructure and support its ongoing development efforts. As one of Swordland's largest corporations, GASOM's financial aid, logistical support, GASOM, okay, and equipment aid are crucial to Swordland's economic resurgence. Good on you. Economy meeting, corporation dedication to Swordland, but who are they owned by though? Largest corporation. In 1930, Ewald Alfonso, who had acquired a slim majority of the share, was selected CEO. This might manifest into something in the future. Like, in a sense that if he is the CEO and is doing all of these CSR things, it could make a good public image if he seeks to re-engage with politics. GASOM was the only majority privately owned corporation to work on the construction. Okay. Economy meeting held in Holstor. Contacts close to the government report that yesterday Swordland's economic policies had been planned behind closed doors. Shortly after the meeting, there was also... This is about sport, I don't care. Sport and Assembly grows for campaign finance bill. Bill to change criteria allocation of public funds. Proposed by Representative Albin Colvin of the USP. Okay. Hmm. Radical. Alfonso ditches Lotharberg, a sign of discord. The once influential political figure and former president has publicly severed ties with the influential Lotharberg group. Frustrated by the group's direction, Alfonso, the current chairman of GASOM, is determined to steer his own path. Despite this apparent show of independence, one can't help but view his decision as a demonstration of a growing rift within Lotharberg. Alfonso's political failures, including a devastating loss to President Antoine Reign in the 1953 elections and its triggering of the 1951 recession, cast a long shadow over this move. Nationalist violence. Okay. A man in his 20s has been beaten with baseball bats in a paramilitary style attack in Arvey. We need to go to Arvey, don't we? Excuse me. The man claims to have been attacked because of his ethnic background as an Acno-Sordis citizen. He was approached during a walk at the park by a group of right-wing extremists who were suspected of being regulars at the local NFP office. The group inflicted injuries to his legs and arms, police said. The man was brought to the hospital after making his way to a nearby property. Okay. Unearthed the Izam incident. Decades after the infamous Izam incident, new unconfirmed information emerges that challenges the official state narrative. As per NATO's former Black Battalion sources, the incident was not... What is the Izam incident? Bloody protests in 1933. Foundational movements of the Bloodish movement. After the Salt Dam project was proposed as a long-term solution. I see. Some kind of forced relocation situation. They were protesting, continued to protest for 10 days. Okay, 10 days. I thought it was going to be 10 years just now. On the 7th day, a group of military personnel arrived at the scene as a reaction to the protest's increasing size. On the 10th day of the protest, a village elder named Watani Ashraf was shot by one of the soldiers. That caused the protest to turn violent. According to the Radical, the entire group of protesters were killed that day by the group of the soldiers who were ordered by Tarkin Sol himself to make sure the construction was underway. Consequently, Izam was raised. This hits close to home, man. Fuck. This event led to a period of protests and riots in the region of Bergia. Okay, notes. So we got hang on. Arvery. It's all by NFP right wing. Okay, let's go to Arvery after this. And then we got Izam, which is in... We need to keep track of this one for sure. Bergia. It's military. Bergia. Incident. Village elder shot turned a peaceful protest violent against infrastructure development that passes a village. Right? Passes a village. Yep. Okay. As always, I gravitate more towards the radicals, so. Geopolitical rumor coming south and foreign policy analysis. Rizier firmly refutes Pale's retort in Aria's gas fields dispute. Okay. Wait, hang on. News again. Go to Arvery. Go to location. Is there anything I can do about it? No? Nothing I can do about it, apparently. Okay. Dunkirk. What else can I do? Do I just follow the exclamation marks? Is that it? And there's nothing more I can do? It seems so. Meeting on the media strategy. Let's go. Lucian and Peter arrive at my office to talk about recent developments at the media strategy. They both took their seats across from me. Lucian put on his reading glasses and quickly went over some documents. Peter turned to Lucian and nodded. Greetings, gentlemen. I have just received further information from the interior about the sudden fire that broke out at the Holsworth State University archives nearby. Tell me more. The initial reports from the Holsworth police chief indicates a potential arson case. In accordance with protocol, the Source Intelligence Directorate has been called by the great thinkers of our people. You need to support our education system to make new discoveries for the future. No, let's actually dig deeper. I mean, the motive is quite clear. I mean, okay, let's see. The fact that the employee records have been destroyed along with the research documents raises further questions. Luckily, we read the news about this one just now. Luckily, most originals have copies in the other universities and some international libraries. The first edition of my favorite book, The Geopolitics of Swordland by Herman Equa, was destroyed too. Okay, that's nice. Maybe it was just a freak accident. We do have the copies of most important works, so no single fire can eradicate our knowledge. I see no point in destroying employee records either. More importantly, Lucian mentioned that Marcel Coronzi contacted him. Corontis had always been known as one of the richest and most influential families in Swordland. Marcel Coronzi was no exception. He was the oldest son of Konrad Coronti, the industrialist and media mogul who founded HOS. HOS is the huge conglomerate. There you go. The richest man in the entirety of Swordland. Lucian turned to me. He has offered to meet with you, Mr. President. What does he want? After the passing of his father, may he rest in peace, Marcel aims to become the next CEO of the HOS conglomerate. He mentioned a productive collaboration. They are a powerful and influential media conglomerate. To start with, they own the Swordland Today newspaper, the Swordist Broadcasting Corporation. I am aware. Which means it would be wise to have them by our side. Sorry for interrupting. What does this productive collaboration entail? Oh, this is going to be the first spicy encounter, would it? You do not wish to explain the details over the phone, but rather in person. I believe I will be receiving a call from you sometime soon. However, as Peter said, they have substantial power over the content of media outlets, headlines, radio shows. That is what he would be offering. What he wants in return is what we need. Keep it independent. I know it's a very naive choice to make, but just keep it independent. Ideally, yes, but an unpopular leader will not be able to pass even the easiest reforms. It is of utmost importance to maintain public popularity and avoid any damaging scandals or mistakes. Do I have any scandals, though? I must stress one thing, Mr. President. The more people we have supporting our agenda, the more we can accomplish. With someone on our side in an influential media organization, we can do this very easily. I feel like whatever choice I make, it would, like try contradict your choices to in some ways. I see what you're getting at. Yeah, I see what you're getting at, but doesn't mean that I agree with it. It's a very agreeable way of responding to it. I agree with Lucian, but why the assumption there will be scandals and mistakes? We can always hope for the best, but do you really think that nothing can go wrong? Especially considering the very recent history of Swordland. Two knocks were heard on the door. Who is it? It's Livia, Mr. President. Livia Suno, my new secretary, entered the office. Her dark curls bounced as she crossed the room to my desk. She spoke with a slight lilt in her voice. Excuse me, Mr. President. Mr. Galad's secretary has been calling me and wanted me to relay a message. Marcel Coronti, the new CEO for HOS Conglomerate, is on the line for Mr. Galad. Mr. Galad's secretary? Who's Mr. Galad? Oh, right. Okay. Well, the ball is in our court now. Would you like to talk to him, sir, or would you like me to? You go ahead. Connect the line to my office. We don't want to step boundaries. Right away, sir. Connecting the call to line 1. Livia left the room and the phone started ringing. The solution picked it up. A few minutes passed as they talk over the phone. Good news indeed. Congratulations, Mr. Coronti. Thank you for contacting me about this. We will talk later. What was so important that it could not wait? He was just elected CEO by the board of directors. He offered a partnership deal regarding his media branch. Connecting with the media mogul, eh? Tempting. Very tempting. Sorry, just give me a sec. Okay. What should we choose? Because, like, if the meeting does not go well, I'm pretty sure they can, you know, create a nice little coverage on it. Let's see. I would like to hear your opinion, Peter. I have to say I'm torn. If he has become the CEO, then he has enormous influence now. On the other hand, if we want to privately meet with someone we don't fully know, the meeting would help us figure him out. We could still say no to whatever he offers. Let's meet him. Yeah, let's see what he has to offer. I'll set things up right away. Expect a worthwhile meeting next month. It's settled then. Looking forward to next month. I wonder if he has a pool. It appears we're done for today. We will continue where we left off later. Thank you for your time. Good work with Marcel. Keep it up. Not ever gathering around in my office. Key figures and potentially dangerous ones. Yep, that's definitely true. Okay, it's 10 p.m. I am trying to think. Do I still want to continue or not? It's been 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours of a lot of reading, if I may say so as well. Oh, we can do something with Lakavan. Invest in mega infrastructure. Let's go. A decision to invest in one of the 2 planned mega infrastructure projects. Okay. The Minister of Economy has put forward 2 bold plans for mega infrastructure projects that would help with the economic recession in the long term. Investing in projects of this scale would take up some portion of our budget, but could prove worthwhile if accomplished successfully. What do we have on Lakavan? Let's go with this. Campaign finance bill. Ooh, I need to decide apparently. Let's go. whole sort. Campaign finance bill. Section 1 of this bill stipulates a significant change in methodology of public funds allocations to political parties. The new measure replaces the previous system based on the number of votes won in the general election, with the system reliant on the proportion of seats secured by a political party. I don't really like that, honestly. Section 2 sets the annual financial allocations of political parties at 500,000 ren per each member of assembly. This shift ensures that financial support from public funds aligns more closely with the party's representative influence within the legislative body. This kind of secures our power because we hold the majority. In a way, a consequential effect of these amendments will effectively lead to a substantial increase in the election budget for the USP, exactly, and a minor augmentation for other parties present in the assembly. This restructuring of funding fosters a more proportional representation of party presence within the assembly. That's just a positive spin to it, in a sense. Section 4 highlights an important consequence of this reallocation. Parties that do not meet the 10% election threshold will see their public funding effectively curtailed. This measure ensures that public resources are concentrated toward parties with a significant representation in the assembly. Ooh, well. We still don't know what the NFP has in store. Or same goes with the PFGP, JP, I guess. So better play it safe and sign it? Unfair electoral funding, yes, that's exactly what I'm worried about. Oh boy. Oh boy. The recent electoral funding bill passed by the government resulted in a significant change in the way political parties are funded. Under the new law, public election funding is only provided to parties that have secured seats in the assembly. This has resulted in a reduction of funding for parties that didn't enter the assembly. In contrast to funding for the USP, the party in power has doubled. I'm well aware. Ah, fuck me. Okay. It's gonna have some consequences, I imagine. Discussions on the potential infrastructure projects. The view towards the Marcan Sea of Lachavan was nothing short of exquisite. The seaside state residence, fittingly named the Blue Mansion, was large, fine, and accommodating. No Oxford comma. Come on, get on with it. Looking at the view from the windows, I let my mind drift for a couple of seconds. Simon's voice brought me back into the ongoing discussion. Mr. President, we need to focus on boosting the economy as quickly as possible. One of the fastest ways to achieve this is through infrastructure projects. What can we focus on? On the one hand, businessmen are complaining about the slow logistical rail network between Holsor and Lachavan. Lilia started talking as soon as Simon took a breath. On the other hand, citizens are criticizing the lack of a proper highway connection between Lachavan and Arbury. Fuck highways, sorry. The narrow roads by the seaside are not only dangerous but also difficult to traverse. We need to hear the calls of our businesses in these days of recession. I mean, the railways, do they only have to cater for the businesses? I mean, come on. Oh, but this is Lachavan and Arbury, not Holsor and Lachavan. What do we have on Arbury? Lack of an investment anti-minority being beaten by a baseball. Oh, I see. Lachavan is just the Ulrich stuff. Holsor. Let's see what Holsor has. It's right. Holsor is the capital. I don't know. Let's go with railways. We need to heed the calls of our businesses in these days of recession. Agreed. Improving the rail connection from why do I give him this voice? From all sorts of Lachavan will be much more beneficial to our economy. It is not business people who are suffering now, but ordinary folk. What really matters is that your first economic act accomplishes something tangible. We must prove our capabilities. The people must know that this administration can get things done. Start with that. To that point, I defined two important projects for your attention. The H3 Highway Project and the L1 High-Speed Railway Project. Oh god, another high-speed railway. Mr. Holder positioned himself in his chair. The ministry can only support one project at a time with our current capacity and budget. Let's move on to the details of each. So, which one do you want to hear about first? Let's go with the high-speed rail project. Your predecessor, Alfonso, failed to deliver on this campaign promise, but now we have the opportunity to start the construction of a groundbreaking railway project. As you know, our current trains cannot meet the standards of today, as many other countries adopt new electric engine technology to power up their trains. We're falling behind. News about the new electric trains United Contana has piqued our business interests. They too, lagging behind and might as well follow them. They're high quality, we got to keep up. This could also empower businesses and bring investments. This should be our priority, growth and development optimization. Our plan is to upgrade the old L1 line from Holsort to Lachaven. It will transform into a high-speed railway. Planned construction starts at the capital, right here at the capital. From there, we'll go to Anrica first. Why Anrica? Well, it's in Holsort, never mind. I was thinking of something else. And then connect to Gelsort. After which, we'll reach Lachaven, our economic powerhouse. It'll be good to connect the capital city with the economic powerhouse. The L1 significantly boosts the economies of the newly linked cities and even the rural areas in between. Lachaven is our primary port, so the goods unloaded there will be transported to Holsort much faster. With the major cities, I believe this will benefit Sortis business and Sortland as a whole. Cities of Sortland, yep. We are talking about the wealthiest regions and forgetting about Aklan, which needs the investment far more. The mayor of Anrica, Kirsten Leste, also requested this project to be prioritized. Businessmen in the region will be very content, which in turn will increase investments and employment. Therefore, I will recommend the L1 high-speed rail project. Let's listen about the highway project then. The H3 project aims to improve the abysmal state of the road network in the Aklan region bordering Agnolia. The area is home to several million Akno Sortis and Sortis citizens who currently feel neglected. There are no proper highway connections to and from Aklan. The mayor of Arvery, Eric Neal, has been asking for a bigger budget to develop the regional infrastructure. He told us that even trucks are having a hard time traveling through the main roads. The increased traffic is causing trouble for people commuting in and out of the region. That must be cumbersome for the citizens. It is, bless their souls. I'm happy we're thinking alike on the matter. Let's take a more detailed look on the upgrade proposal. The H3 highway route starts here in Lachaven. And from there it leads to Lenkirk. From there it goes on. Okay. We should no longer neglect a key region for our trade with Agnolia. Sure. But most goods flow to Lachaven and Holstor, which means we should give more importance to logistics there. It has to be pointed out that the highway will be less beneficial in the short term. I have to disagree. It will increase the speed of transportation throughout the region. Our citizens will be quite pleased if we successfully accomplish this. Besides, if we enter trade talks with Agnolia, they will see the investment as a positive sign. It's a parliamentary republic situated in Eastern Markopa. It is currently governed by the centrist Norse Democratic Union, led by Prime Minister Martin van Houten. Its capital is Stalport. Okay. Sorry, I'm reading the description about Agnolia right now. The country is famous for its steel, coal, and fish. It's arguably one of the weakest economies in Eastern Markopa and an average civil rights record with very good political freedom. Despite being a capitalist country, a large group of their population are believed to be sympathetic to millennialism and Volkslandian socialism. It is a member of the Organization of Markopan Economic Development and a member of the Alliance of Nations. I see. Oh, so that's not a decision. Excellent. What will your final choice be, Mr. President? Oh, should we go with the Jokowi route? For now, before we go with the more vanity project ones. That's a highway project. That's all. That's my only reservation. It's a highway project, so. But it is connecting to that area, and RV has a lot of tension going, which could be somewhat alleviated. Both are infrastructure projects, Kanya. One is a high-speed railway, one is a highway project. Let's go with the highway project for the poorer regions. Equality of development. We can improve on the logistics later on. Thank God. I knew that you were serious. Also because they have, they lean towards the millennialism and, socialism. So, hey, bit biased there. The negotiation. Nice day, Mr. President. All right. Time to start it. Lachaven. News. Let's see. Nothing from economists. How about radical? USP hijacks elections. Ooh, a new law that further expands the unfairness of our election system has been approved by the Grand National Assembly and was signed into law by President Rain. Yeah, I'm starting to regret this decision, honestly. The funds will be given on the basis of the number of seats the political party holds, which eliminates every party apart from the 3 that are currently in the assembly. This insane law also results in the governing United Swordsman Party share for funds to double. As Anton Rain's presidency begins, we at the Radical are already smelling the rot in Holsword. Okay. Glamorous inaugural ball. The Holsword elite gathers for lavish state ball. Many citizens in the country are uncertain about their own future, but the state has no problems with wasting taxpayers' money right from the start. I had no involvement in this one, okay? We demand that these traditions of wasteful nature will become a thing of the past once the president settles in. The team here at Radical will keep fighting for a better, more equal tomorrow for all. Okay. Lack of times. Gasom hires freeze amid economic strains. As Swordsland grapples with economic challenges, Gasom, one of the nation's largest corporations, has announced a freeze on new hires. The corporation integral Swordsland, blah blah blah. Okay, cool. Swordsland today. Conrad Coronti passed away. As the appointment of the new CEO Marcel Coronti. Suspicious fire ravaged HSU. Archives, blah blah blah. Civil condition after virus spread out. Hold on the scene, suspicion, Herman Aqua. Okay, cool. Our great quest of knowledge should have been protected better. Yeah, that I agree. Ideological dispute between Galmland and Volksland intensifies under leadership of Bridge Halfforce the Deer. The Tier. Intensified. Has been actively promoting development and implementation of the Galmish Manifesto, a unique interpretation of Carlos Marcia's communist theory. This country has been pushing the agenda to other CSP countries, garnering support, and CSP is Continent Security Pact, okay, and building alliances in an effort to strengthen their position in the region. However, internal factions backed by Volkslandian socialism and United Continent millennialism pose a significant challenge to Halvorstadier's government. These factions are working to undermine the Galmish Manifesto and weaken Galmish influence amongst its allies. Excuse me. As tensions escalate, both nations find themselves locked in a fierce ideological battle, with potentially significant consequences for regional stability and cooperation. Okay. Recently resulted in the imposition of trade. As the Rain administration starts its first term, there is a question in all our heads. What will be the regional international trade policy? Due to the strategic geopolitical location of Swordsland, historically Agnolia and Wetland have been natural trading partners. Depending on the direction of the rain. Oh, this is good news. That's why we are developing Agnolia right now, so that's good. I think it's likely that a new trade deal will be brokered with at least one of these partners in the near term. All in all, regardless of which trading partners it decides to go with, one thing is for sure, regional trade will boost the ailing economy. The real question is, what does Volksland or Lesbia think about Swordsland? Okay. This is Agnolia. Wait, this is Ackland. Wait, Agnolia. Oh well, whatever. All sort. Party Committee Report. Reform Committee reports that any potential change to the Constitution in the direction of the reformers will likely result in strong opposition from the National Front Party. Yes, that is taken into account. The members of Assembly in support of such direction seem to be in great numbers and possibly make up a majority in the Grand National Assembly, while most members of the United Shoreline Party seem reluctant about supporting such changes. Ooh. Uh-oh. Wee woo. This is a bit concerning. But we don't get evicted from our own party. But firstly, like the majority would support it, so that's good. That's good aligning with the liberals in this case. As much as I don't like the sound of that. SID joins agency fire. Okay, that's that, you know. Kyrute expresses approval of Sori's democracy. Nice. Republic of Kyrute. Alienation. Nice. Public with elements of direct democracy. They're elusive. Recent scientific findings suggest the presence of advanced megacities in Kirutium. Okay. These kingdoms were later unified by Constanta the Great into an elective monarchy, with Constantium as its base. Okay. Think about it later. Declining energy output at Valgan Dam. Valgan Dam, a critical energy resource for Sunland, has been experiencing a reduction in its energy output. Ooh. Okay, we need to take note of that. CD Valgan Dam reducing energy. This is the one that in terms of what we could do, I don't really like that, if I'm gonna be honest. But then again, I can understand that you might get overwhelmed if you can actually just control all of the cities in one turn. So I guess we'll see. Invest in Arcasian company stocks. An opportunity to buy stocks from an Arcasian company. Mr. Manger. It's been a stockbroker in Venture City. Arcasia is selling valuable shares of our Armadine industry. They're not been becoming electronics manufacturing company. Best or let the opportunities. I only have 2 personal wealth. Don't invest. Cool. What else? Reception at the inaugural ball. I had just finished buttoning up my suit jacket when the doorbell rang. The presidential guard had arrived to pick us up for the inaugural ball. The ball was a 3-decade-old tradition, breathlessly anticipated by politicians, bureaucrats, and the press. All eyes were about to be on me. I called on Monica to get the children ready. Looking in the mirror, I straightened my tie and took a deep breath. After tonight, there will be no turning back. Suddenly, Deanna hugged me from behind, startling me a little. Monica had fixed her hair into an elaborate braid, woven through with ribbons. Papa, Mama told me it's time to go. Hello, darling. I am ready. Where's your brother? I think Frank is still upstairs. Upstairs. It was almost time to leave. The big ball was starting in less than an hour. Now, where's my first lady? Darling, Frank, it's time. Monica came down the stairs. She was wearing a simple yet elegant beige sheath dress and short heels. Her hair had been neatly pinned into a chignon. Showing off the pearl earrings I had given her for our 15th anniversary. Oh, it's been a long marriage. All those years she had stayed by my side. Now we were about to begin the most challenging chapter in our lives yet. Chignon. Okay, thank you, Kanyo. How do you do, Mr. President? Embrace her. Now where the hell is Frank? Monica, my love, you look as gorgeous as the day we married. Not the day we met? Really? Oh, essentially konde. Yeah, konde to maksudnya. Oh, that's why you could show off the pearl earrings. That makes sense. Jesus. Come on, Frank. My love, you look as gorgeous as the day we married. Yes, the sooner we go, the sooner it'll be over, right? Papa, are these people going to be around us from now on? She pointed at the presidential guards at the door of the house. Yes, Swordland's most important family needs extra protection. Unfortunately, yes, they can't leave our side until my term ends. You'll get used to it. It's alright, baby. They're here to make sure nothing bad happens to your papa or his family. Monica held Diana's hand. Together, flanked by the guards, we walked out the door. Frank looks baked. He certainly does, doesn't he? Oh, okay. Monica held Diana's hand. Together, flanked by the guards, we walked out the door. Halfway to the car, Frank stopped abruptly and turned towards me. Dad, do I really have to go? Couldn't I stay home instead? Frank, you're testing my patience. I'm nervous myself, Frank, but I feel a lot more confident with my son by my side. It's a party turn for me. Don't you want to support your father? You love it, son. I'm sure there'll be plenty of pretty girls to dance with. Don't make me angry, Frank. Let's go with number one. You know, you validate their emotion in a way. Frank smiled reluctantly. Well, when you put it like that, sure, let's go. The presidential guard showed us the way as red and blue lights flashed around us. Sergei, my driver, ushered us into our armored limousine. I forgot his voice. Shit. The motorcade started moving towards the palace. I gazed out the window, deep in thought. Anton, what are you thinking about? Nothing. Nice car, isn't it? With all that's been happening, I'm wondering if I made the right choice. Yeah, let's go with number 3. I was thinking that we've come a long way together, haven't we? Yes, we have. And there's still so much that we'll accomplish side by side. Just remember, no matter what happens, the children and I will always be here for you. Yeah, Monica. I'm going to help Papa fix everything. Aw, that's the spirit, yeah? Frank rolled his eyes. I know you will, honey. This means a great deal to me. After what seemed like just a few minutes, the convoy slowed to a halt. Sergei rolled down the limousine's soundproof partition. We are here, sir. Hope you enjoy the drive. Let's give him a New York accent now. Shiny luxury sedan stretched around it. Oh, mouse. Oh shit, are you dead? Oh, there you go. It's running out of battery. Stretched around it. Politicians, bureaucrats, and celebrities, the creme de la creme of the Swordland elite, stream inside the building. Good luck out there, Mr. President. I'll see you on the trip home. I stepped outside immediately, found myself surrounded by loud voices and camera flashes. Hordes of eager journalists thrust their portable microphones my way. My guards fended most of them off, but one woman managed to dodge them and corner me. I recognized the Source Broadcasting Company logo on her press lanyard. Mr. President, sorry. What voice? Mr. President, Mr. President. You plan on working together with the opposition parties on the expected constitutional reforms? This night is not for a celebration. I'm not going to talk about policies for now. If the opposition is willing to support us. Mr. Richter clarified that as long as you hold your promises of democratization, they will support you on these issues to the end. What do you think about this statement? I welcome it. It is a challenge for us all. No comments, as I haven't seen a statement yet. I welcome it. This is a challenge for us all. One more question. One of your first acts as president was to sign a campaign finance law allocating public election funds by seats in the assembly as opposed to number of votes. Is this a deliberate attempt to defund the Communist Party and the Blutia Workers' Party, neither of which have reached the election threshold? I've had it with your questions. It was agreed upon by the majority of the GNA. I couldn't use my veto on the first day. Perhaps it was. If left unchecked, those two parties only make trouble. Oh, no. It's to ensure the USP has the funds we need to stay in power long enough to truly bring democracy to this country. Yeah, number 3 is the most neutral answer. On the first day. That's enough, ma'am, said one of my guards when nudging the report away from me. A path through the crowds was now open, and we quickly made our way to the entrance of the palace. At the same time, a dozen fireworks went off. The entrance was decorated with beautiful ribbons in Swordland's colors of white, yellow, and maroon. A lush maroon carpet had been rolled down the stairs. We entered the lobby and joined the throngs of people making their way towards the ballroom. Oh, it's dead again. Woo-hoo-hoo. As I navigated through the crowd, a familiar figure stepped into my path. It was Bernard Circus. Circus? But a true test begins now, don't you think? I appreciate from one former Red Youth member to another. We both know our work has just begun. Let's go. I appreciate your congratulations from one former Red Youth member to another. I know it will come useful. We both know our work has just begun. That's right, President Yane. Once a Red Youth, always a Red Youth. I can't help but wonder how the winds of change will blow in our Swordland now that you've taken the helm. Perhaps now is the time that our long-nurtured dream of revolution will finally become a reality. Revolution, Mr. Circus. Let's hope it's a peaceful one, for the sake of both Swordland and its new president. Swordland is progress, not a revolution, and the people will answer, no, you might be onto something, Bernard. But tonight, let's put politics aside and enjoy the evening. I do want him on my side, in a way. Because he's a fellow Red Youth. Revolution, Mr. Circus, let's hope it's a peaceful one. That's a very liberal answer. But in a way, it's a support of revolution. Well, for the sake of his both Swordland and his new president. You mustn't forget, the ride towards the sun is to invite flame, that only through fiery peril can true glory be found. The light of it binds us all. I like that. Hang on, let me take a picture of that. No. Screenshot that. Oop. Okay, copy that. Over here. Cool. And close. Minimize that. Okay. That is the weight of your new role. I've taken up enough of your time, President Rain. This is your night, after all. Your family, friends, and country await. Thanks for sharing your wisdom, Mr. Circus, and your evening. You certainly have a way with words, Mr. Circus. I see why they gave you the full Pulitzer Prize. Until we meet again. As I watched Bernard Circus blend back into the crowd, his words echoed in my mind. Were they mere poetic expressions, or a reflection of the real socialist sentiments stirring within the country? Behind me I heard a familiar voice. There they are, the most beautiful family in Swordland. Uncle Peter. Okay, how do you go up? Okay, that's quite difficult actually. Happy to see a familiar face, Peter. Evelyn. Peter's wife Evelyn approached us and shook our hands with a firmness that belied her delicate features. Congratulations, Anton. I have to say, the results were clear to me from the beginning. Appreciate it, Evelyn. It means a lot. We both work hard to make it happen. There's a woman behind every successful man. Okay. You know you did. You deserve the position. And tonight, we reap the rewards. I hope you will show the same enthusiasm on the job. Start by getting some drinks. Let's go. Let's grab some drinks. You read my mind. I hope there's not gonna be like an alcoholism media, what is it, slander or something. Peter grinned and beckoning a roving waiter. The four of us each took a glass of champagne. Monica, how are you? Barely said a word. I'm more than relieved to have this roller coaster ride over with. But of course, now the real work begins. Ah yes, managing to help, planning parties, daily trips to the salon to look your best for foreign dignitaries. Don't be so old-fashioned, Evelyn. I plan to use my power as First Lady to advance the position of women throughout Swordland. Equal rights for our sex are long overdue, wouldn't you say, Anton? As long as you don't burn the roast, am I right, Peter? Jesus fucking Christ, no fucking way. Up to a point, yes, they mustn't neglect their responsibility to their husbands. No, absolutely, I will work together to achieve that. That's my wife, never content to be just a pretty face. My wife. Let's go with number 3. Yeah, work together to achieve that. Monica flashed me a smile. Diana suddenly jumped into Chinas and tucked onto my sleeve. Papa, can we go? I want to see the ballroom. Yes, it's time. Let's go. Oh, darling. Let's not delay any longer. Move to the ballroom. Move to the ballroom. Inside we were yet again surrounded by a noisy crowd, but this time it was politicians who sought to appease the new authority in Swordland. Spent the next few hours shaking hands, joining various conversations, some serious, some superficial, and making speeches. We finally settled down at our dinner table with the Vecturns as the band started playing some slow jazz tunes. Oof, that was tiring. You have to get used to it. Another drink. No, let's cut down on the drinks. We have to get used to it. Whoa. Ooh. I threw myself on Monica, Diana, and Frank to shield them. Papa, what's happening? I knew it. We never should have gone. Chaos broke as some guests flung themselves under their tables and others ran towards the door, screaming. Diana burst into tears while Frank tried to comfort her, hiding her fear in his own eyes. 3 more gunshots rang out loudly. Mr. President, are you alright? Carl Gracer, head of the Swordist police force, was running towards us with 3 more police officers in decorated uniforms. They all had their guns drawn. As soon as they made it to us and saw that we were unharmed, we let out a big sigh of relief. He let out a big sigh of relief. Thank God. Status report. 1 second, Mr. President. Check the perimeter. Now. Paul Jansen, follow my lead. We'll bring them to the safe room. He now turns to Monica, Evelyn, and the children and spoken in a softer voice. Do not worry. The situation is now under control. Please follow me. We promptly followed Carl through the winding halls and corridors of the palace. His men still had their guns drawn, which did nothing to ease the tension. On the way, Peter made an attempt to break the silence. What a fucking night. You can say that again. Carl turned to us with a serious face as we were about to round a corner. Quiet, please. Sorry, I talk when I get nervous. Peter, shut up. Carl flipped a switch on a wall and a panel opened, revealing a hidden staircase leading to a large reinforced door. Inside, a set of emergency lights flickered on. The safe room was comfortable and spacious, with expensive-looking leather sofas. Small security monitors on the wall displayed grainy footage of each room in the palace. There was a boardroom and a pantry containing enough provisions to last us months. Monica and Evelyn sat the children down and started wiping their tears. Carl stepped away from us and made a few radio calls. When he was done, he returned to me and Peter. So tell me, Carl, how do I have clowns for security force? Let's not say that. Are we under attack? Who is attacking us? What is going on? I should receive confirmation soon, Mr. President. Everything is under control. Carl's radio suddenly crackled to life. Every second it felt like an eternity as he pressed his ears to his receiver. When it fell silent, he turned to us. Good news. We are not in any danger at the moment. The situation has been dealt with, and the perimeter has been secured by the guards and the police. He glanced towards Monica, Evelyn, and the kids. If I may, sir. He gestured towards a more private corner of the room and started speaking more quietly. This is what we know so far. We have confirmed that 2 people were gunned down in front of the palace. The attacker is one of them, and we have reasons to believe he was working alone. He fired 3 shots at an MP, 1 to the head, 2 to the body, instantly killing him. Presidential guards at the palace immediately shot and killed the attacker. He has not been identified yet and will require an investigation. The MP that was killed heard that everything was going to be alright. Monica was still trying to tend to Diana and Frank as Frank paced the room, mumbling that he could have stayed home. Peter, old friend, what the hell have we gotten ourselves into? Comfort Monica and the kids. We're safe and make sure everything's going to be fine. We are safe, yeah. We can't be sure of anything anymore, Anton. I lit my cigarette and took a deep drag. I was going to see this through and keep my family safe at all costs. I crushed the cigarette on the ashtray. Whew, okay, what a night. Bernard. Shit. That's unfortunate. Okay, let's see the news. Suzerain, MP shot, nation in shock. Suzerain has been shocked by grave news today as an elected member of parliament has been shot dead in a suspected political assassination. Police sirens were heard around the clock today as the whole Seoul police force increased security measures around the capital. The fact that such a violent act happened at the heart of the capital during the new president's inauguration celebrations has worried many citizens. The Red Youth has reported to have promised revenge. This seems like it has the potential to be a spark that would spur Swartland into political violence of the 1920s. Rain welcomes Richter's words. President Rain gives signals about a cooperation with Franz Richter of the PFJP ahead of the inauguration ball. Regarding the remarks of Richter about a possible cooperation to fix the current problems in Seoul's political institutions, I welcome it. It is a challenge for us all, said President Rain. Richter has long been vocal about his democratization plans, but maybe his demands for constitutional change might finally become a reality if President Rain leads a bill together with Richter's PFJP. Okay, overview. Situation. Actions. Just lost one now, don't we? Fluctuating energy prices. Sutherland is currently grappling with fluctuating energy prices. Cool. Manson League is a Swedish politician, current Grand National. He was the leader of the pro-Bloodish Workers' Party of Bludia between. Oh, okay. He's a strong advocate for the rights of religious and ethnic minorities. Cool. Political problems with his Bloodish background and his left-leaning views, which forced him to leave school without finishing his degree. After the exam incident in 1933 and a ban on the Bloodish Freedom Party, he ran as independent. Let's see. Oh, okay. One more round, and I think I'm calling it a night. Emergency meeting. Security increase. Security measures at the capital have been heightened after the murder of Bernard Circus. The mayor of Holsor reports that everything is under control. Security around the Marine Palace has been increased with combined efforts from Holsor Police. Police Chief Carl Grazer reported that an investigation has been launched on the murder of Bernard Circus. Okay, cool. Emergency meeting. The mood in the situation room was gloomy, as I can imagine. My cabinet members were gathered to discuss the shooting outside the palace. Lilia has presented the initial report. Bernard Circus was shot dead at 9:03 p.m. in front of the palace gates. He was an elected independent member of the assembly and, as you know, a famous communist. He spat the last word with some distaste. The guards at the scene were 15 meters away and immediately took action by responding and killing the assailant, who was identified as a member of the nationalist organization, Young Swords. The president and his family were unharmed. Praise God. But why Bernard Circus? He has always been an infamous figure. His poems had a large impact on the spread of communist ideas in Swordland. Many considered him a threat, including you, probably, Lilius. Our investigators are suspecting a political assassination since the Young Swords have been threatening the communists for some time. This may well create a dangerous atmosphere where the left versus right political violence of the 1920s could spark once again. A return to those would be devastating. The coups are the reason why our country stagnated for a decade. Mornia, the Minister of Justice, sighs. The Red Youth has condemned the killing, but didn't stop there. They promised revenge. This will in turn spark further aggression from the Young Swords. The whole cycle started because Bernard Circus expressed his views. We can't simply look away. Alright, who the fuck are you? Mornia. Attorney, became a member of the United Swordsland Party. She's USB. Work as an attorney. Although she came from a wealthy family, they lost their assets during the National Autarky Plan. National Autarky Plan, okay. Vice Minister of Law by Corruption Ministry. This was one of the most experienced attorneys who worked in the government. She gave her support. Okay, cool. Nia had always been one of the only members of the Justice Ministry truly deserving of the name. She has survived countless attacks. Nationalist young swords have overstepped, and they must face consequences for such extreme. Oh, do we want to go there? Do we want to go with number 3? Should we rattle the cages? Let's go with the overstep. Let's go with that spicy one. This is not a simple overstep, but an attack on our country. Murder for political opinions is a thing of the past. Our administration is building something new. Agreed. We'll reach to the NFP and ask them to calm the situation with the young swords. The two groups have ties, and Mr. Kibbener sees reason. After all, which can't be said about the young swords at times. Kibbener, swords policy leader of the NFP. Okay, cool. Minister of Defense ISF Lancia granted in disapproval. ISF. He towered over the rest of us in full military uniform, his many war medals conspicuously on display. All due respect, ma'am, but we shouldn't be quick to jump to conclusions before a full investigation has been conducted. Fuck, I couldn't tell the difference with Lucia now. We should refrain from making the issue a political one from the start. It will only add fuel to the fire. It is political though, isn't it? Ooh, okay. You're right, we need to defuse the situation. We should defuse it, but still, like, stand our ground in some ways. I mean, just make a media coverage that it is the young swords. Okay. I clicked wrong. Oh, shit. Fuck. Okay. In my opinion, we should know how serious it is as a person from the Violence Act. How can we achieve when it's Bernard Circus we're talking about? He is the communist of Swordland. It is difficult, but an elected official has been shot. It is unacceptable for our new administration. We need to make sure we show our stance by condemning it at the funeral. Thank you. Several police cars rushed past the Maroon Palace and everyone went silent. Regardless, a full investigation into all involved parties is underway. We will find the subversives and punish them soon enough, Mr. President. I'll do my best to help coordinate the administrative tasks. Justice will serve and the rule of law will return to this country stronger than ever. Only if we stay vigilant as a country, we must think about the upcoming budget. Okay, internal stability must be maintained. Our security. We will make it through this and deliver our promises. Stay hopeful. Hell yes, President Rain. This will be it for today then. We will convene again soon. Thank you all and keep us updated. The meeting concluded and the ministers left the room with concerned looks. It was hard to anticipate what would happen next. Indeed. Alright. It's 11 p.m. I have work tomorrow. And we've been streaming since 7:30. It's been 3.5 hours as well. Thank God we survive, I suppose. All things considered. I do apologize. The internet disconnecting and all that. Hope it wasn't too bad. But again, I've been recording this whole time. I will be uploading. The full VOD. Oh, but quite an intense one, I have to say. That's so much fun. Let me. Whoop. Oh shit! I just want to switch. No, not you. Go away. Okay, okay, that's me. There you go. Now, woo-hoo. I want to quit the game, please. Exit. Nice. Let's have some music. How come the thing is not on anymore? Oh, it's still there. Okay, there you go. Right. Right. That was a lot of fun. Good job, question mark. I don't know, Kanye, like you were watching the whole time, I am assuming. How was it? Like did it like cut here and there every now and then? Like did it like just stutter and like jump cut or something to the next point? Yeah, to the moment that it reconnects. I hope it wasn't that bad. But yeah, so we started the whole thing, the whole campaign. We rose to power. We made some decisions. We just kind of lagged for a bit. Ah, fuck, that was talking. As I was saying, like it went to the loading circle, but no troublesome. Not troublesome. Okay. Yeah. So what was I saying just now? Yeah, it disconnects only for only on my gaming laptop, but in my other laptops, my other devices, it's fine for some reason. So that's why it's very confusing. I'll try to get it sorted out with the building manager, with the landlords and all that. But yeah. In any case, it was a lot of fun playing. Do you use Ethernet? No, it's Wi-Fi. It's a lot of fun. We rose to power. We made some decisions. We decided to choose to join the Red Youth, promote plan economy. So far, we've only made decisions surrounding the reform bill and some infrastructure projects, which we prioritize a highway project that supports the poorer regions. So far, no foreign trade, no international trade, no foreign diplomacy, no foreign trade, no welfare policies that needs to be developed, no gender stuff. And then all of a sudden, we got attacked at our inauguration ball. Yeah, those are the things that happen. So it will be interesting to see how things will develop in the future. I love the fact that the thing about us deciding to join the Red Youth could it could actually be linked to one of the conversation we had with Circus. Although unfortunately he got killed. Jesus. Of course by the young source, by the ultra-right, far-right organization. It'll be interesting to see how things will develop in the future. It does mean that I need to be a bit more careful, I suppose. To kind of like balance things out, to not change things too much. But we'll see. This is definitely more story driven in a lot of ways. My only complaint so far is probably that it's more like isolated. Like you don't really have a lot of freedom in terms of determining which policies you want to implement first. It's like very sequential. Okay, for this turn, you get to decide this and that. This turn, you get to decide this and that. And yeah, that's probably like I was expecting something more like, okay, economics, welfare, make your decision in this turn and that turn and see how that would affect. You have probably like if we're talking about Democracy 4, the only similar game that I've played that is similar to this is you have policy points that you get to spend in a particular turn, and the more substantial the policy is, the more it would, the more points you would have to use. But in this case, it's very like again, I connected. Not difficult, but more like it's not as demanding. We haven't gotten into the more difficult choices, I guess. But yeah. Fuck, I can see the feed and it's like jumping from here and there. I do apologize. I hope I can get it sorted out in by the next stream. I've been talking to them for like 2 weeks. I've mentioned this for like 2 weeks, but they haven't done anything. So annoying. Yes, you are there. Hi. Thanks, Kanye. But anywho, thank you so much for watching. Anne, I think you're here, Anne, and Maga, I think you're here as well, and Kanye, of course. Thank you so much for watching. And all the people that stopped by. Let's see, we got Anjing Puduk. We got a Russian name. We got Ajas, I think. He's been watching the Elden Ring streams as well, and some of the publication one. Got Alrubi. Yeah, and that's about it. Yep. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new, leave a like and subscribe. If you watch this as a VOD, make sure to leave a like as well. Subscribe and all that. And yeah, it's been fun. I'll give this another go, I think. I'll play this purely as a live stream, I think. And I've just finished Outer Wilds DLC. The video is going to come up next Saturday. I'm going to start recording Disco Elysium in the meantime, which will be another exciting playthrough to do. Another text-heavy one, as I've heard, but we'll see. But yeah, hopefully I'll be able to finish Disco Elysium before Elden Ring DLC comes out. Disco, yeah, I know, right? Must be so much fun to play. But yeah. Pegel juga ya. So, what else? Have a lovely week ahead. If you're working, if you're still studying, or whatever it is that you're doing. Thank you so much for stopping by. Leave a like and subscribe and all that. But this is all the time that I have for now. I'll see you guys in the next one. Okay? Take care. Bye-bye.